All right, we are live. What's up, guys? It's Matt with Galaxy Games 843. I've got Xtreme Vending here with me tonight, and possibly
Hey
might be
guys.
joined by the Howard Hospitality Group. Welcome, Xtreme.
Hopefully. Hey,
Right?
how's it going?
Yeah. So,
So,
so Jonathan from Howard Hospitality Group may be joining us this evening. I know he had something else going on too, so I'm not 100% sure if he's going to join us tonight. But we'll see what happens.
okay. Well, I hope he can make it. He's got a really fun concert he's going to, huh? So,
Yeah, I think he was going to see Adam Sandler tonight. So hopefully he's enjoying his time in Lunch Lady Land or wherever wherever they are
yeah. And
for
so
their show.
I didn't know Adam Sandler was a singer or anything like that.
Well,
Or
he's
is he
mainly
just
a
doing?
comedian, but he's done
Yeah,
like
yeah.
comedy songs, especially when he was back on Saturday Night Live as well. So
Oh, yeah.
I know he puts on a good show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope he has fun, and I hope he is able to just say hi for a little bit.
I hope he can pop in. So if he does get to join us, we'll make sure we bring him on camera. But otherwise, welcome everyone to the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I see Caleb is here. I see Ishi Foster, and I never know if I'm saying that right, is here. Captain Namco, welcome to the live stream. They
Hey,
see me
Namco.
LOLing. Welcome everyone. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
joining. Do us a favor while we get started. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. You know that helps other viewers find this live stream. So give us a thumbs up to like the video, and we would really appreciate that. Good evening, Dean. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the live stream. So Xtreme Vending and I are just going to kind of hang out with you guys tonight. We're going to take some Q&A, have vending discussions, talk about our Discord server, all that good stuff. But if there's anything you guys want to talk about, want to ask, throw your comments in the chat, and we will hopefully get to each and every one of them as we see fit. And if not, we do apologize. Throw them out there again if we do miss them.
Hey, before we get started though,
Yeah.
before questions come in, I wanted to point out my new NIAX reader I got from using Galaxy Games promo code. I got it for like
Yes.
with the promo code and Cyber Monday. I got this thing for like $250. It
Yeah,
was
which is
so
almost it's basically like $100 off. I think it's a lot of money. Obviously,
yeah.
I'm not sure that sale's going on anymore. It was I think just Cyber Monday, but you can still save a bunch of cash on NIAX credit card readers by using my checkout code Galaxy Games 843. Now you got to go right through NIAX, so go to shop.niax.com to get that that VPOS Touch is what he's showing up there, and then use checkout code Galaxy Games 843 to save yourself some cash at checkout.
And you can also go on the Discord. I linked a special channel if you ever forget the code.
Yes,
You can support this supports Galaxy Games 843 100%. You know, he gets a little kickback from it just to let you guys
that's
know.
right.
But in the end, it's saving you money too. And we want to support Galaxy Games because he's amazing. He's helped out the vending community so much. So if you can send him some love, make sure you put that discount code in there and save yourself some money too to support him.
I appreciate that. And all proceeds are going to help me go to Vegas coming up, right? So Vegas,
Yeah.
the National Bulk
Yeah.
Vendors Association trade show coming up in March. That's
Yeah,
what we're
I
looking
was
at.
talking to my wife about that too. I'm really trying to plan ahead for this. I'm excited. I
Yeah.
want to meet you in person, and of course, it'd be great to meet Howard or Jonathan, and then of course, Quick Play. That'd be really fun,
Quick Play is
and
going
the
to be
other.
there. There's going to be so many cool people there. So we're really looking forward to working all that out. But I will say, I've been looking at airfare, and it's going to be expensive. So yes,
Is
if
it?
you do use that checkout code Galaxy Games 843, that will help get me there. Hey,
It
it looks
says
like we may
Howard.
have Howard Hospitality joining.
Howard.
Let's see if we can bring him on. Let's see if this works. Hold on one
That'd be
second
really
here.
cool.
Let's see.
We weren't talking bad about you, Howard. Hey, what's
What's up,
up?
man?
How's it
Do you
going?
have audio?
We don't hear you at all, though. Unfortunately,
We see your video. We do not hear
we
your
see your
audio. You can
smiling
hear us.
face. Yeah.
So we'll let him hang out here. We'll see if he can get his audio issues worked out. He might have his microphone mic'd or muted or something like that. Don't know. All right, let's start talking about some of these comments. So there's a couple things coming in here real quick. First of all, Sweet Treat King says he needs to get a better camera and mic so he can join us in one of these things. Yeah, man, get
Please
yourself a
do.
new camera
That'd
and
be
mic.
great. Uh-oh. I think
We
we
got
got
audio.
some auto. We got
Hello, Howard
audio.
Hospitality Group.
Yeah. How you doing?
Say hello.
Good. How are you guys?
Hey,
Doing
welcome.
well.
Thanks for joining us.
No problem. I can
We were
barely
talking
hear you,
about your
though.
plans this evening, going to see Mr. Adam Sandler, and we're
You
so
want
glad you were
to?
able to join us at least for a little bit, so that way you didn't just did dog us completely.
Sorry, no. I got to go back. We're gonna go back and get my headphones because I can barely hear you guys, but I can hear you, but barely. So
Okay,
sorry
all
about
right.
that.
So, how long of a drive do you have on this evening?
So it's about an hour. It's from door to door. It's probably exactly an hour from our house to Sacramento. So it's not too
So,
bad.
Oh,
so the big question is Mrs. Howard Hospitality Group going to be upset that you're talking on, hanging out with us on the live stream tonight?
She's driving.
She's just driving.
Yeah.
Hey,
this is
welcome.
this is date night,
It's-
huh? The Howard's
It's date night, yeah. So you guys are lucky you get me for a short amount of time. 'Cause
She's sharing you with us this evening.
You know,
Yeah,
every
so-
date night I go on with my wife, I do the same thing. I'm always pushing the business or doing something venting.
Right.
She gets mad at me though.
Right? So, I guess the big question then is, where's Amelia tonight?
she's at home with her brother and sister, and the
Okay.
oldest, actually, I'm sorry, brother and brother, and oldest brother is in charge, and he is almost 16 years old. So
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so things should be pretty kosher.
yeah, the only thing I'm scared about is that the middle son is going to be putting wood in the fire while we're gone, and so I'm a little bit hesitant about that. But other than that, I think we should be okay.
Sounds fun. Well, hopefully your house is all fine.
They've had
Yes,
their
hope-
Chinese food, and other than that, they should be good. So hopefully they're all right. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Very good. All right, so we got a bunch of comments coming in. Let's start addressing some comments. Let's see. But actually, before we do that, real quick, I do want to say, if there's a Ryan, I want to make sure I'm saying this right. I think it's Hyder. Ryan Hyder was on the live stream last week. Ryan, you were the drawn winner of this Pokemon card. So if you're here tonight, let me know or email me at galaxygames843@gmail.com. I've been looking for you, buddy. I can't seem to find you. So if you're here tonight, send me an email so I can get this card out to you. If
Oh,
I
cool.
do not hear from you this week, we'll pick another person next week. So FYI, if you watch the restream or anything, we'll pick another person next week if I do not hear from you. All right, so let's see here. Let's take a look at some of these comments.
So I think my headphones are in my jacket pocket.
All right, first question. So it's a bulk vending question. It comes from Patient Picker, and it says, "What do you guys think about the U-turn 8-compartment bulk vending machines? Have you guys seen those?"
Is that like no, I have not, but I can look it up real fast on Google.
So what it is, it's got 4 sections on the bottom and 4 sections on the top, and it spins.
Oh,
And I
cool.
think all the quarters end up
Oh
going
yeah,
to
I've
the
seen
same place.
those.
Has anyone
Yep.
ever used those, or even out there in the comments, has anyone ever used one of these U-turn machines?
So it's a bunch of U-turn, huh?
I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you've used one. I personally have never used one. I've never owned one, so I don't really have much to say about them. I don't know how well they work. I have seen them in other
No,
vendor
I've never used one
videos
either.
on YouTube. Yeah. All right. So anyone out there, if you're in the
They're
comments,
supposed to
if
be
you've
pretty
used one of
nice.
these machines, throw it out there. Let us know how they work for you. All right. Let's see what else we got. Looks
I've
like
never
Dean
used
Leverton.
one.
Dean says he's been given the opportunity to start a vending machine business, but he's been struggling on how to make a business draft plan. Is there anywhere that would be useful for someone who has never made one? So I think it's safe to say that none of us have ever made a drafted
You guys
business
are
plan
first.
either for our vending businesses, right?
Given the opportunity to start a vending
No, I
machine
just kind of
business.
winged it. I went out there and just I
Pretty
didn't
much.
even
I
have
just-
a machine. I just went out there and got me a
Right.
location and then placed the
Oh.
machine.
Cool.
Yeah, the way I started was a location came to me and said, "Hey, we're
For
mad
some
at our
reason, I
vending
lost
guy.
audio. I don't know
Would
if
you like to
she
do it?"
Open my headphones up. Huh.
Yeah, I remember having that conversation with you. You know,
Yeah.
back when we first did live stream. It's pretty
Yeah.
interesting how we both got started. But we didn't have a plan. I just saw an opportunity and I took advantage of it. And like you said, you got approached and you took advantage of that. So just kind of went out there and made it happen.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So
I can't hear you guys right now if you can hear me.
we can
but
hear
I should
you.
be able to in a
We
second.
can hear you. We can hear you just fine. No worries. You can join us once you get your audio back. But we can hear you just fine. But yeah, so what we were saying there was that none of us have ever really drafted a business plan. We just bought machines and placed them. That's and just grown from there. So I would think you would only really need to draft a business plan if you were looking to get financing from a bank or something like that. And I think all of us did not go that
Thank
route.
you.
Yeah.
I lost the audio.
I found it to be just well with the mini claw machines. I just found the mini claw machines to be an opportunity that was pretty easy to push and expand on, and very financial. You know, you don't need too much money to get yourself started. You can buy
Sure.
just one mini claw machine,
one machine,
and
and then
yeah,
use the funds from
you
that to
don't
buy
have to
another
buy a whole
machine
bunch.
and just grow it from there for sure. Absolutely. Hey, Big Guy Vending, welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you being ready. Thank you so much. What else we got? Okay. All right. So here's a fun story. So they see me LOLing, says, where does the name Galaxy Games 843 come from? And have you ever thought of a rebrand to be more around what your channel is focused on, something like Galaxy Vending Company? So let me tell this story real quick. So long story short, when I initially created my YouTube channel, I had visions of opening an arcade, much like Claw Kicker did back in the day. So I named my channel Galaxy Games, just straight up Galaxy Games, no 843. And, you know, I made a couple videos and didn't really get a lot of traction. But then I noticed there was like a dozen or more other channels also called Galaxy Games. So that's when I added on the 843. And the 843 is simply my area code. I'm in coastal South Carolina, from like Myrtle Beach down to to Hilton Head Island. It's all 843 area code. We're going to go and remove Howard Hospitality Group. And if you can join us when he comes back, excellent. If not, hope he has a good time at his concert tonight. But yeah, so that's how I got my name. Have I ever thought about rebranding my channel? Actually, no, I haven't. I still would love to open an arcade and call it Galaxy Games. You know, and I just picture that sign up above the arcade entrance in the mall or something like that. Obviously, similar to kind of what Quick Play is doing, but maybe on a smaller scale, and then kind of let it go from there. We'll see. Oh, we may have Howard Hospitality back. Let's add him back in.
Sorry.
Hey there.
Sorry, guys.
Can you hear us?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Your audio is back.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yay. Okay, good.
I was going to say Galaxy Games 843 kind of just rolls off my tongue now. I'm
Yeah,
so used to it. I can't see Galaxy Games without 843 at the end.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. You
Yeah.
know, I feel like something would be missing if I went back to the original.
I
Now, I
know.
will say, Quick Play actually suggested that to me too, and I actually went and looked at all the other Galaxy Games channels, and I'm by far the biggest one. All the other ones have like 1 or 2 or 3, 5 subscribers. Nothing like what we have. Not that we're a
Yeah.
huge channel or anything, but we would definitely stand out and set ourselves apart from those other channels. But still, it just feels weird to call myself just regular Galaxy Games now without the 843. So no, I don't plan on going back to just original Galaxy Games or Galaxy Vending or anything like that. My vending company isn't even actually called Galaxy Vending or anything like that. So it's completely different. So no, I've got no
that's your
plans to change
location,
back.
which is
Yeah.
that makes sense to keep it like that.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
Big Guy Vending says he's going to be in Vegas. Can't wait to meet you,
Oh,
buddy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go. He will be there. And I realize we're about 10 minutes behind already on comments, and we're only 13 minutes in. So I apologize for that, guys. You know how we go. You know how we roll, right? Anyway, thank you so much for your participation, Big Guy Vending. I'm looking forward to meeting you. All right. Let's see. Well, what else we got? We got Captain Namco saying he hopes everyone's doing good. Xtreme Vending did a shout out to both you in today's restock, and he also shouted out Quick Play. Very cool.
Oh,
Very cool.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
We love the love. Always appreciate it. Yeah, any shout outs help out the channel, help out the community, help
Absolutely.
join the Discord. I mean, that's where it really
Yes.
is. The Discord is just like the heart and soul of the community.
I try to talk about the
so-
Discord in most of my videos. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I get off on another tangent as well. Because honestly, it's funny when I do my voiceovers for my videos, nothing is scripted, nothing is written out. I just kind of just like let the
Exactly.
words flow as the video plays. That's how I do that. I don't know. Maybe someday it'd be fun to show how I make my videos video. You know, just do a screen share.
Oh
I've
my
actually
God.
done that.
Right.
I've actually
scenes.
done the behind the scenes for Howard Hospitality Group to kind of teach him some things. And it was fun to do. So maybe we'll do that for the channel someday. Who knows?
I know personally when I do my videos, my wife
I
is
learned
in
a
the
lot.
background and she's laughing at me because all these edits and all these cuts and
Yeah.
I'll get rambling and saying stuff because I'm unscripted too. I do it similar to you, Galaxy Games.
Yeah.
But I just start talking and sometimes I get sidetracked and say the dumbest things ever. And then I'll
Right.
be like, you won't
For
hear me,
sure.
but I'm complaining in the background like, why did I say that? You know.
What's really funny is like I'll catch myself like in a cough or something when I'm doing like mid voiceover. I'm like 8 minutes in, and it's like now I'm not going to go back and restart it all. So then you'll hear a little. I'll actually when I'm doing my final edits, I'll blank that part out. So you'll hear like a little blank in the audio where I don't say anything. That's probably because I'm coughing or something like that. Just FYI.
Yeah,
I don't
I know what
want
you're
to leave the
talking
cough
about.
in the audio. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So hey, we got a hey Howard from They See Me LOLing. Glad you're able to join. All right, so here's a good one. This is coming from CC, and I think between Howard Hospitality Group and Xtreme Vending, one of you two should have a good answer for this. The question is, what's the best picture technique to solidify a location for a mini claw machine? What do you guys got for us?
Well, Howard should go with this one because he just got 2 really good locations. So
2 new
I'll let him go.
locations this week, right? You want to tell us about
Yeah,
that?
2 big ones. Yeah, sure. So Amelia and I, we sat down and we decided to just write some emails to actual real big restaurants, and we got some responses. So we sent out a video, or sorry, not a video, an email to Applebee's, and we sent out an email to Logan's Roadhouse, and we got both locations this week.
So
So
did you
last
send it to
night-
their corporate email, or like was there some sort of local
Yeah.
contact email?
Well, we sent it to corporate, and then they ended up forwarding it to the franchise owners in our area,
Really?
and they
so
contacted
cool.
us. Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, so we just decided we went to we were online just kind of goofing off, and I'm like, let's just send some emails and see what happens. And so we sent them to like McDonald's, we sent them to everybody just to try it out and see what would happen. And this gentleman that runs the franchises in our area, for a couple of them, he called us and said, you know, this is awesome, and you guys, this sounds like you guys know what you're doing, and we'd love to have you in here. And so
Wow.
we went and placed the Logan's Roadhouse last night, and
Wow.
it did, how much was it? Like $17 in 3 hours.
The first day when you placed it.
Like last night, first day we placed it like at 6 or 6:30, and by 9 o'clock last night it had done $17. And so then Applebee's should be this week sometimes, and then they actually know. What's funny, because the guy, I said, well, do you have any other locations? And he said, well, one of my best friends runs the other Applebee's in a town near us, and he goes, I'll give him a shout out. And so he did, and he called me today. So now we have 2 Applebee's and 1 Logan's,
So
What a
all
week.
this
So pretty
email,
awesome.
You
and no commission again.
right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Oh, and I did get a call, from Chili's today, but they said that this time, because of them trying to recover from COVID, that they're not interested in doing anything like that until things
Yeah, because that's
recover.
definitely going to hurt their
And then they
sales,
said,
right?
call us back, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But I think it was just more there. He said it was a concern of, you know, things being clean and it's not their machine. And
yeah.
so he said there was some hiccups there that they were worried about. But the other 2 are go. And so we recorded us putting the machine in last night. So we have that video to come out soon of us placing at Logan's, and then we'll do one at Applebee's too. But yeah, and then it's funny because the guy asked us, like, he goes, well, what does Amelia pay? Because she was on the phone when he called us, and so she talked to him on the phone, and she's really good now, like with the owners and stuff. And she answered all his questions and everything. And he goes, well, how much do you pay commission? And she says, I don't pay commission. And it was like dead. It was dead silent, and I'm like, and I just kind of was uncomfortable for a second, you know. And I'm like, and he goes, oh, and she goes, yeah, in all my locations I don't pay commission. And he goes, oh, well, and she goes, I will, but I don't. And he goes, okay, well then we'll just leave it at that. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, jeez.
So
Yeah, it was. So she's just
Dang.
crazy
Well
like
done.
that. Like she does, yeah, amazing. So she was flat out, like, it was like she didn't even like giggle or nothing, or like have a weird, you know, like voice
all
or anything. She just
business,
said, I don't pay
yes, all
commission.
business.
All business.
awesome.
Yeah, at 11.
I
So
need to
it was
borrow
pretty
your
awesome.
daughter
So
for a few days.
Yeah, we need to take your daughter
Seriously.
locating for sure, right?
And I want to get some franchises. I haven't gotten any.
but this
major
is, you know, this is a big guy. I mean, he's running all these different restaurants and stuff, and he was like, okay, well, I'm impressed, and, you know, we'll get you guys in there. And within a few hours, the manager of Logan's called us and said, when do you guys want to bring it? and we were there the next day. So it's just awesome. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt to send out emails. You know, I mean, we like to do everything in person, but when you're talking about big corporations, you really can't unless you know the franchise owners. Then, go to the franchise owners. And he said that we could have gone to them and asked them who the franchise owners was, and then they would have gotten in contact with us. But we did it kind of the roundabout way of just sending a bunch of emails.
Still,
And
that's
it
really
worked.
cool.
So, yeah. So that would be one way to get
Congratulations.
location.
Yeah. Congratulations on the new locations.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah. So those
Love
are
that
pretty good.
story.
So I see Ryan is here. Ryan, again, send me an email, galaxygames843@gmail.com with your contact info. We'll get this and maybe some other stuff out to you as well. So congratulations. You get the bonus Pokemon card that was found in the vending machine. So coming your way, buddy. Send me your info.
That's pretty
All
cool.
right. We
Nice.
are already way behind on comments. It's all good though, because we're telling some good stories and hearing some good
Right.
results. So very happy about that.
Yeah.
So we got Anthony Hastings here. Welcome, Anthony. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Oh, speaking of Anthony, if you have a second for a quick story, real fast, I was going to bring it
go
up
for
anyways before I left, but he sent me a message this.
Uh-oh. Am I losing signal with
He's
you?
going to a dead
as you're
zone.
telling your story.
He's going to a dead zone. That's California for you, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
right.
the mountains all over
So
the place, right?
so he's frozen. He's Han Solo right now.
It's a good screenshot. I'm gonna put this on the stream.
Put that on the Discord.
This picture right here.
Yeah. Screen cap that. Let's put that on the Discord.
Let's put this on Discord.
Should we post funny too with him? Like,
Frozen in time.
that's funny.
All right, I put that in the Discord. Sorry,
Oh,
Howard.
he's coming back to life. Oh, there he goes. Aw. All right. Well, we'll bring him back on should he join us again. For now, I'm going to go back to. I'm just going to move the screens around as we go because I think it's kind of fun to play with as we're working here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad he's able to join in on this for a little bit, but
for sure.
yeah.
All right. So I think this is Big Guy Vending talking about the U-turn machines. He does say those machines are old and cumbersome and they take too long to service. I think he's talking about the U-turns. We are about 15 minutes behind in comments already, guys. So I apologize. Let's try and get a couple caught up here. Let's see. Sweet Tree King says those U-turn machines do make money, but easily scanned with a plastic coin mechanism. Yeah, they got plastic coin mechs, so they're not very secure and good. What else? Here we go. Captain Namco also says he shouted out Galaxy Games 843, Xtreme Vending, and Quick Play in the restock video today. Thanks for the shout outs, Captain Namco. We appreciate that. Thank you. Also, too, guys, one more reminder. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It helps other viewers find our live stream, and we would appreciate as many viewers as possible. We got 15 watching right now and only 10 likes. So give us another like, guys. We appreciate that. All right, moving on to some more comments. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Ishii Foster has a question for Xtreme Vending and thinking about opening an arcade. What are your thoughts? Have you ever thought about it?
I think if you can, I tried sending them my Discord link. I don't know if that went through, but if you are going to open up an arcade, I think that's going to be really cool. You get into a mall. You don't necessarily need to have an actual mall like building, like in the room. You can be in the middle of the aisle. There's True Vending has 2 mini claw machines. And if you're not subscribed to True Vending, you gotta subscribe to him because he does a bunch of YouTube shorts that shows his collection. And I think I don't want to talk about how much he's made because that's not my place. But he makes a lot of money, and he has those. He has the my mini claw machines with the DBA with the stack bill acceptors, and he always pulls out the fattest stacks of cash ever. And he has such a great deal with. He told me what he pays in rent, and it's like, oh my gosh, I wish I could get a mall location like that. So
that's what's holding me back from the mall, honestly. My mall, it's not, they don't want to work with people. And that's kind of why I think malls are dying, because a lot of them aren't willing to work with people when it comes to costs involved. And I think we talked about that in previous live streams. But yeah, you got to get a good deal for sure. I know Quick Play's got a good deal. And from what you're saying, this other group has a good deal.
Quick Play, I'm so jealous. I'm proud of them. I'm so happy. They worked so hard. They've been doing this for many years. They deserve it. They worked hard for it. But I want to get to that point too. You know, I know you want something like that too. But I am working on getting myself an aisle location because I don't think I necessarily need to pay a huge portion of rent for an actual store location. And I think the traffic in the aisle is actually better for an arcade. So,
Yeah. I just wish my mall had an option like that. I told you the last time I reached out to them, I looked into two options. One was just a spot on the floor, a floor space in the food court. The other was an actual location inside the mall, one of the small storefronts. And each one they wanted, I think it was $700 a month just for the floor space in the food court. And it was like $2,200 a month for the small space. And then on top of that, they wanted weekly sales reports and they wanted a cut of the profits too. On top of all that, it just wasn't worth it. So that's
yeah,
what it came
that's
down
too
to.
much. Yeah, I think when they want cut your profits, they want sales reports and all that. It's too much work, and then you got to pay the huge rent on top of that. It's not as
Exactly.
fun.
And there's common area maintenance fees and all kinds of other things like that. They just made it
Well,
not
Gal,
cost effective.
have you thought about grabbing a mini claw machine and going to one of the busier spots in the mall and just offering them the claw machine? Because I've gotten a few locations, and I taught my friend, and he's gotten these locations that will do about $600-700 a month, and he doesn't pay anything but a small fee or
Yeah.
whatever his sales are to the business owner. Have you ever thought about doing something like that?
Never thought of trying that. No.
Oh yeah, I've done it, and my taught my friend, and he did it, and he's got a couple locations. Between the two of them, he makes like over 1,000 a month
In the
in
mall.
sales in the mall, and he doesn't even pay any rent to the mall because he
Right.
goes into the toy stores, right? And he
Yeah.
just gets a little tiny my mini claw machine. He just sticks it in the corner, and he puts his own little plush in there, and he just pays the owner of that store, small mom and pop shop inside the mall. So.
See, the problem with my mall is there's no stores like that in my mall. They're all like Books a
Corporate.
Million and like, yeah, I mean, of the mom and pop shops, it's like, just boutique clothing retail stores, stuff like that. Like nothing where it would really kind of fit the style
Okay.
of the mall. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Someday something will
That
work
sounds like
out.
a boring mall.
Yeah, it's kind of a boring mall. It really is. There's J.C. Penney's. Anyway,
Oh
all right,
yeah.
let's see what else we got for comments here. What do we got? We got some more coming through. Looks like Hero 3 has joined us. Welcome, Hero 3. He says he's here, and he likes Howard's new sticker machine video. Have you guys watched that yet? Howard Hospitality Group's new sticker machine vending video. I thought it was pretty
Uh,
cool.
Yeah, I was up in the mountains when it came out, so I haven't had a chance. I need to take a look at that after the stream.
So he's doing
probably.
those like metallic tattoos in one column, Pokemon cards
Oh
in the
yeah.
middle column,
Well,
and
we were
then those
talking
like
about
novelty poo
Yeah.
stickers in the third column. It looks pretty cool. I bet he's going to do
Last
very well
stream.
with the sales.
Oh yeah.
And I
For
think that one
sure. I
went into
bet.
the grocery store location, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, cool.
If he was
cool.
here, if he was having connection, he could answer that for us.
Yeah. So.
All right. What do we else? What else we got? We're about 10 minutes behind in the comments right now, so I apologize, guys, if we're missing comments. If there's something important, throw it out there again. We're going to catch up now. Let's see. Big Guy Vending making some comments about he's got a high candy traffic business in his area. High candy traffic business. I'm wondering so he's got bulk candy machines in the Firestone Complete Auto Care locations in the waiting area. There aren't any other snacks available there. So how do those do? And what kind of bulk candy machines? You talking like triple heads or triple shops or something like that? Or are they single heads? Let us know what kind of candy machines are going. I know most of us, we kind of shy away from the bulk stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know, at least myself and Xtreme, we kind of focus more on full line and amusement. But I know Howard Hospitality Group does have a couple candy machines like that. So
And
let us
also
know, though,
Quick
how
Play.
those do for you. Yeah, Quick Play's got quite a few as well. But let us know how
They
those do
have
for
those.
you.
Yeah, they have those auto care zones and such places, and they do really well in their collections.
Yeah, for sure. Here's a good question coming in from CC. It says you guys are inspirational. So thanks to all of you
Oh,
guys. Well,
okay.
thank you, CC. Appreciate that. And actually, it looks like Howard Hospitality is able to rejoin. Let's bring him back on here, and he can help us with this question, maybe. Maybe we can. Let's see if we can bring him on. He might be frozen up again.
He's in California, so he would
Exactly.
may know this.
Welcome back, sir. Can you hear us? Maybe,
Oh,
maybe not. Well, we'll leave him sit there if he's still connected. We'll see if he joins us. But anyway, wondering about the legality of in California setting wind ratios and claw grip strengths. Saw some ambiguous language in the California gambling state law. I think it's meant to be ambiguous on purpose. As far as I know, obviously I'm not in California, so I wouldn't know the laws there. If Howard Hospitality unfreezes there, maybe he can answer that for us, because I know he is running claws in California, so maybe he could shed some light on that for us. But it looks like he is frozen up right now. I'll go ahead and remove him back from there. And if he is
yeah.
able to rejoin, here we go.
I know
Maybe-
I've talked to Howard about his win ratio. He sets his to about 1 in 6, I believe, on
Here we
his claw
go.
machine. But I don't know. Hey, Howard, I don't know if you can hear us. Do you know your win
I
ratio
can hear you.
laws?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
what-
you.
Do you know what your
Okay.
win ratio law is in California is, by any chance?
No, and I just found out actually this week, which I didn't realize. I thought that coin pushers were legal, and they're not legal in California.
They got him. FBI got him.
They got him.
He's
You
talking
mentioned the
about coin pushers. They just shut him off. Don't talk
Yeah.
about the coin pushers, guys. All right, we'll drop him back out again. And maybe if he gets a good connection, we'll bring him back on again.
Yeah,
but
when
so
you know,
more to come.
Oh.
Post that question in the Discord, and we'll try and get it answered in there too. I'm sure there's a
yeah,
lot more California
I was
people
talking
in
to
there.
Discord. But
Yeah.
when I was first researching the laws, I had a legal friend help me out a little bit with the legalities and stuff like that, because it is intimidating when you're reading the laws just by the book, because you're like, oh my gosh, it might scare you, but it's really not so bad when you just get going and such. Not something to worry about too much. Definitely want to follow the laws, but I don't think you're going to have to worry too much.
Yeah. So speaking of Discord, they see me LOLing asks, "What's the Discord link?" So Extreme, can you throw that in the chat? Can you throw the Discord link? in the
Yeah, I
comments?
tried to do that. I don't know if it's allowing me because
It might because it's a URL. It might
it's
stop
a
that.
URL. I don't think it lets me do it. I don't know.
So
if
what I can say for they see me LOLing, if you go to my video that posted today, it's my smallest vending machine location. The link is in the description of that video, the one that posted this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern. So you can go to that video, go to the description, and you can get the Discord link there in that video. It's in the description. So there you go.
Yeah, I think
All right.
I was able to type it. They prevent me from typing it, but just put the dot there instead of the word dot in the
Oh,
link.
gotcha. Okay. Hey, Rad Vending's here. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. Welcome, Rad Vending. Thanks for joining the live stream. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Thank you so much. And I apologize that it's been 10 minutes since you've been here, and we didn't acknowledge you when you walked in. So I apologize for that.
Yeah, Rad's in the Discord for sure. He's
Rad
awesome
is in the
there.
Discord.
Yeah,
Most people here are in the Discord, but if you're not,
Yeah.
you're missing out. There's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of good people in there, for sure.
you learn a lot too. Like I learn stuff all the time. We joke around that Discord. Oh, there's so many fun memes. Who is it? Sweet Treat Kings always
Yes.
comes out with the funniest memes ever. I love it. Also, Cosmic
Howard,
does
welcome back. We cannot hear you. If you can hear us, we cannot hear you. This is going to be a night of Howard Hospitality Group playing the hokey pokey, putting his left foot in, taking his left foot out. Just FYI. All right. Looks like Big Guy Vending says he does have triple shops, so thanks for following up with that. Sweet Treat King says his last comment on the mall is that it's profitable but not that great. Just need more NIACs, making $100 a month just from NIACs. So, cool. And then it looks like we might be caught up on the comments now. There we go. We just got caught up on the comments. So, it looks like there was a brief bit in the comments. So maybe they didn't come through. Looks like there was one from, okay, we got one from Hero 3 asking a question for Xtreme Vending. And it says,
Okay.
what are your plans with selling items? Are you just doing this to help out? Or is this something that's going to be becoming bigger? And I think I already know the answer, but I'm going to let you take that answer on that one.
Yeah, well, actually, you guys are helping me out too when you're doing this. It's not just me. There's kind of when I'm selling these items, you're actually helping out me and my friend Delwig. My friend Delwig, I share the funds with him, the profits with him, because he's not able to get a job and such. So you're actually helping out one of my best friends in the whole wide world. So I always appreciate the support when you buy these plush. But I do try to keep these plush packed up, and I try to keep them within a reasonable price, whether it's cheaper to almost in the sense like if you order from China, my 500 pack, and you were doing a side-by-side comparison on the price, it's nearly the same when you order them from China. You're just saving the time of getting them here. So I'm trying to give a good deal to the consumer too. And whether this becomes big or not just depends how we do with the sales. I mean, I do have that website I put together, and I got some labels and stickers and stuff like that I'm putting up, and it'll be interesting. So I would love to expand on it, but it depends on the community and such. I really want to help out the community at the same time expand. Yeah.
So while we're talking about that, why don't you tell us a little bit about what items you have in these boxes?
So my first version of the box, each of them come out with about 500 toys, and I'm giving free shipping. So I'm paying for the shipping. And so if you're in South Carolina, North Carolina, I'm paying more to ship it out there, but you'll be also paying the same amount as someone in California. So obviously I'd like to sell to Californians more, but just kidding. But you get about 500 toys, and you get some premium plush. You get some of my favorite items I sell that I use in my personal mini claw machines that I find that they do really well in. And I actually do recommend with these toys that you set them for $1 per play. But my newer boxes, so I got about 10 or 11 boxes left for $2.99. But my newer box is going to have nothing but almost all premium plush. And that one will be a little bit more, but it'll be 500 amazing toys. And I can't wait to show you guys those ones. But right now, it's a good buy no matter what. 60 cents a toy is just really good price for the mini claw machine.
For sure.
You get me excited when you talk about plush.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you go through a tunnel or something like that?
Oh no, it's the car. It was trying to connect to the car, and so I was messing with it. So it's the car trying to be smart and messing with everything.
Well,
so sorry.
Sounds like you got a great connection right now. Why don't you just pull over right now and stay right there, so that way we don't run into any more connection issues.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, your wife was like,
Yeah.
not a chance.
No, she's fine. She's
Still
drinking
doing
her
okay over
coffee.
there. Good.
Yeah, she's doing all right. So yeah, sorry. So anyways, my Anthony Hastings story is to finish real quick. He sent me a message because he saw my sticker video, and he said you need to order. And maybe you can look it up since you're at a computer. I can't think of what it's called right now, but Candy Machine sells a plate for $19, and I talked to Kevin, and I ordered some for ours, and basically it's a metal plate that goes in the bottom of the machine that makes it super stable. Because if you buy the sticker machines without it, they're very wobbly. Like
It's robotic.
you put all
So it goes on top. It goes on the base of the candy machine,
all the stickers
or the sticker machines.
and stuff.
So I think we're losing them, but
Inside of it.
obviously it's some sort of plate that I'm not sure if it goes in the bottom of the actual
Machine.
sticker machine or if it goes
I just thought
on the
of it.
bottom of the
Think about
stand.
that.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like something that goes on the stand or something.
Yeah, so basically you attach it to the
We hear you.
You're
they lost
back.
me.
You hear? Oh, I think he gave up on life. On the stream, I mean, not life, but you
Guys,
know what I meant.
if this is not entertaining, I don't know what is, right?
Howard. I'm trying to look this up on CandyMachines.com.
Okay.
What he's talking about.
I'm sorry guys. It's
No,
wasting your
no,
time.
this is
I
fun.
apologize.
We
fun.
enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me or no?
No, we can.
Sorry.
I mean, yes, we can.
Okay. It goes in the bottom of oh no. Okay. Sorry, it goes in the bottom of the sticker machine and attaches to the pole on the plate, and it makes it super
Oh,
stable.
I see.
That's what it is. So order one.
Yeah. So Anthony Hastings says
I'll
it
just
fits
go. I'll let
flat.
you guys go and finish it.
All right, no
Yeah,
problem.
it's fun. Yeah.
Mr. Howard Hospitality
John,
Group, and
I'll
you're
let
having
you
a
guys
great
go.
time tonight.
yeah,
Thanks
you
for
guys have a
joining us.
great time.
Bye,
Enjoy
guys.
the date.
No
Have
problem.
fun.
Sorry for the connection.
It's all good.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
No problem. You too.
Delwig, you're
All
mean to
right.
me. Delwig, you should come on the call. You should do that sometime. People would love to talk to you.
Yeah, is
I
he
bet.
available? I'll send him the link.
I don't know if you do live stream though.
No?
Yeah, he doesn't ever go on cameras and stuff. He doesn't like being on the camera.
It's all good. I understand. I used to not be comfortable on camera either, so it happens.
You know, he
You get
probably
used to
do
it
a
though.
voice call though.
Well, yeah, he could always
Join
jump
as
in
a
via
phone.
voice.
You could be a jump, Del. You want to jump in and just be a voice? Are you still here, Del?
If you send him the same link I sent you, if he wants to. If not, no big deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Welder B1 Family's here. Welcome. Haven't had you on a live stream. Thanks for joining. I always see your comments in the video, so thank you for all the support for the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Glad to have you here, buddy. Or maybe it's the whole family. I don't know. Welcome anyway, no matter who it is. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the live stream, to the whole family. Yeah, we're talking about the sticker machine base plate. Anthony Hastings says it fits flat on the sticker machine. He says the Eagle machines do tend to be wobbly. And Delwig in the comments says he's a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. We understand, man. No
Oh.
worries. No worries. We need those behind-the-scenes guys, too.
Yeah. He's a good guy. Delwig, I've known Delwig since I was a little kid. When I moved over next door to him, him and his older brother came over and welcomed us and said, "We'll be your best friends." And
There
we
you
were like,
go.
what, 4 or 5 years old at the time? So the past 30 some odd years, we've been best friends.
Nice.
So, yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
was in line. So,
Cool. Ha, look at this. So Welder B1 Family says they're waiting for the Galaxy Games 843 hoodies. I don't know, guys. Do you think I'm big enough to do merch yet? We're approaching 5,900 subscribers. We may hit that tonight. We may hit it tomorrow, or definitely probably by this weekend. But I still don't think I'm big enough to do any type of merch campaigns or anything like that. I mean, we're not quick play, right?
well, I don't know. 6,000's getting up there. I would start thinking about it. Maybe talk to E3 Vending Jesse about a design or something. Just kind of do some research. Doesn't hurt. So
I don't know. Maybe I'll think about something like that, because I know I would like to have some of my own gear just to wear in my own videos, right? I had one
Yeah.
sample shirt that I did by who did my sample shirt for me? Actually, it was Sticker Mule. Sticker Mule did my sample shirt, and I don't know. I wasn't super impressed with the quality of it. They do great stickers, but I wasn't super impressed with the quality of the T-shirt. So who knows? If you have any good manufacturers out there, or people that do shirts, you know, that especially that work with like YouTube type channels, let us know in the comments. You know, maybe I can get some samples going, and if I like a design, or if if somebody can make something that's of good quality, maybe we can do some sort of campaign for the channel. Who knows? Maybe that'll be a 6,000 subscriber celebration, or maybe 10,000. Who knows? Not quite sure when we'll reach that, but we
I
might
would buy
get
your
6,000 by the
I'd
end of
buy
the
you a
year.
hoodie.
You'll buy a hoodie?
I'd-
All right.
Yeah, I would buy a hoodie. Galaxy
There-
Game 843 for sure.
For sure, for sure. All right. Well, we got some comments coming in. Looks like Welderby1 Family says Teespring will do that, so maybe I'll look into them. They see me LOLing says maybe not a hoodie, but hats would be really cool with the golden Galaxy Games 843 print. I would like a Galaxy Games 843 hat. I think that'd be pretty cool. Let's see who else. We got Robert checking in. Thanks for joining us, Robert. We appreciate you joining the live stream tonight. Now's a good time to remind everyone too, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. We need all those likes. We need other people to find this live stream. So give that video a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe to Galaxy Games 843 here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to Xtreme Vending and Howard Hospitality Group also. We would appreciate all those likes, subscribes, shares, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Always.
So I got a little bit of good news. I was kind of waiting for us to kind of get into the flow of it tonight. I may have a new location I'm working on.
Really?
So another full line vending location. We're going to see. I don't want to give out too much information, because obviously you never have a location until you have a location, if you know what I mean, right?
Right.
Things can always
Yes.
slip through the cracks, and things, deals can go south before they even happen. but I've located the combo machine. I'm working on securing. I'm going to be once I know for sure that I've got that combo machine secured. I'm going to be ordering another Nayax credit card reader, and then watch out if things work out well. We'll be placing a new machine in a new location in a new video coming up soon. So hopefully it all works out pretty well soon. We'll see what happens.
Question: can you order a Nayax reader and use your own discount code, save yourself money, and get a referral on your?
So I don't know. I've never talked about that with them, and I'm thinking about just trying it and seeing what happens. That would
I
be
would
like
do
a
it.
like double
That would be
bonus,
so
right? Double bonus.
Yeah, you would get an extra discount on your discount. Too bad you didn't order it during the Black Friday.
During the Black Friday
Cyber
event.
Monday sale.
I probably should have, right? I probably should because
Yeah.
I mean sooner
But
or
I
later I'll
think
use
that
it.
was so cheap. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I should have. But I'm still trying to get them to give me one for free, but that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, that would be even better.
That would be even better. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Welder B1 says, this is funny. He says, got you a Walmart location. I wish I had a Walmart location. I think Quick
Oh,
Play is the
geez,
only
yeah.
people I know, other than like a national vendor, that ever got a Walmart location. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not a Walmart location. I wish. It's a full, but I will say it's a full line vending location. I'm going to start with a combo, see how it goes. My plan is if it becomes too busy for that combo machine, I'll probably move the combo machine to my diesel garage location, get rid of those machines, and then upgrade to 2 full machines at this new location. So we're just going to see how it goes. But
Yeah.
more to come on that.
Have you ever tried to get like a hospital? I know Quick Play got theirs like what was it, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, so I haven't, and honestly, if you haven't determined from my videos, I really don't have a lot of time to go out and locate. That's part of the reason why my vending business hasn't really grown as much as like say yours has, because I still have a regular job, so it's tough for me to go out there and locate because my regular job hours conflict with the best time to go out and locate. So that's what's kind of holding me back from growing. And I'm just kind of really grassroots growing and word of mouth growing at this point, and I can't get out there and locate. But I will say that my area is pretty saturated when it comes to vending, right? So all the places that you would think of like that, hospitals, nursing homes, movie theaters, like all those like really good spots, they're already taken. Probably under
Okay.
multi-year contracts.
Yeah.
So to steal one of those kind of spots away, I'm not sure what it would take at this point. But it's not something that I've written off. That's always bigger and better in the future is always an option for sure. I definitely
was
wouldn't say
talking,
no if they came to me.
yeah, I was talking to this guy. He contacted me. He was someone trying to buy claw machines, getting the claw machines. I guess he had what was it, over 100 accounts with full-on vending,
Yeah.
snack and sodas.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was telling me actually he was looking to, not that he was going to give up on his hospital locations, but because ever since COVID changed everything, not as many people go into hospitals because, and then when they do go in, they have the mask on. So the mask actually makes people not want to buy snacks because now
Yeah.
they have a mask on. It's stopping them. And so he found that his sales went down a lot in hospitals, actually, come to think of it. But that would mean that there might be some people who are getting tired of their hospital locations and might just want to eventually cancel their contract or sell out or something.
Possibly.
So,
Yeah. That's not a bad way of thinking. I know that whole pandemic thing really changed the way a lot of places do business, and it really hurt a lot of good vending locations. And one that sticks out in my mind in particular, because this is the world I come from, is the call center world, right? So you think about call centers, and back before the whole pandemic thing, you had literally hundreds of people in these giant buildings sitting in cubicles all day, taking calls all day. And in the break rooms, there was like 7 or 8 vending machines. And sometimes there were multiple break rooms in these call centers. Now, all those people are working from home, and those big call centers are sitting empty. All the vending businesses have probably pulled their vending machines out of those old call centers. Because
That's
there's at least 3 of them here in my town, and they're all sitting empty right now. All those people are now working from home. So that's one thing that really changed after the pandemic. So I could see how maybe like things like a hospital or a doctor's office or nursing homes, things like that could change for sure.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this because he also, asked him about the hospital. And I was asking him, I don't think he was really for this, but I think it would work to put a claw machine in the waiting room of the hospital and make it where it's almost win every time, or maybe even do it win every time, but charge $2 a play or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's boring when you're sitting in the waiting room forever. And I don't know. To me, I think a claw machine would do well in the hospital. And then you get a prize and you give it to your friend or whoever's in the hospital sick.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know if you've ever gone to the gift shop in the hospital, those prices, right?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Those are pricey.
Yeah, they are.
Cool. All right, we got a couple comments coming in, so let's catch up on the comments real quick. Ryan
Okay.
says we should do a combined effort T-shirt or hoodie. Not a bad idea. We could do multiple merch campaigns for sure. And then here's one from Hero3 talking about the video I released today about my small Coke machine. He says that Coke machine is nice. What year is it, and can it vend bigger cans? So that is a Dixie Narco 180, which means it has 5 options that hold 36 cans apiece. As far as can it hold bigger cans, I don't think so. You might be able to, well, you could probably set the depth a little closer and only do 1 can. I'm just not sure if it knows the difference between, if you can set different cam settings or whatnot. One thing I will say though, is it's a single price machine. So if I were to put bigger cans in there and smaller cans at the same time, I'd have to sell them all for the same price. So that's why if you're thinking like, could I put energy drinks or something like that in there? I probably wouldn't, unless I did all energy drinks and no regular sodas, because I'd have to set the prices a lot higher. So either I would have to sell the energy drinks really cheap or sell the sodas really expensive, because it's all the same price no matter what it is. So that's kind of the only downfall about having those older machines like that, is that you're kind of limited on options. And of course, they're not credit card compatible, which I talked about in the video. They're not credit card compatible, so therefore I can't, I never know what to bring with me. I never know when it's time to go service the machine. Like this video was a 2-month service collection because I stopped in a month ago and there weren't really that many great sales. So I just said, I'll come back in a couple more weeks and see what happens. And that's what I did. So that's the only kind of thing about that. Let's see what else. CC has another comment or question. He says, are the contracts you have with locations detailed in terms of keeping your machines from getting damaged? Worried about tipping or damage for the mini claw machines, and what should be in the contract? So I'm going to be honest. I really don't have any contracts with my locations. I focus on service, and that's what I do to stay in their locations at any time. If they're unhappy with my service, they can tell me to get my machines out. And that's just the way it is for me. So Xtreme, do you run any contracts or agreements with your locations?
When I first started, I had a very basic contract that I downloaded on the internet, just modified it.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that, especially with these mom and pop shops, contracts almost kind of like makes them not want your business, I found.
Yeah.
So I don't do contracts. I build my relationship with every single account I have by going in there every 2 weeks. Now, I'm always at my locations every 2 weeks, whether it's me or my brother. And we go in there, we talk to them, we chat with them. We have I know almost every owner pretty well. And some of them come up and hug me and say, how's you doing? Happy holidays. And they love me. And I think that's even more, to me, that's more than just having a contract. You have a friendship and a bond.
Yeah.
One of my laundromat locations, this guy has vending machines all across the valley, and he didn't want to do claw machines, and he ran into me, and he just loved me and my brother, so he let us put a whole bunch of machines in there. But,
Nice.
Insurance, if you're worried about machines, I just put insurance on the machines. And honestly, I'm not going to make a claim unless someone gets hurt and they start suing me. Hopefully that never happens. But if my machine gets damaged and stuff, they're so cheap to fix. I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, big picture. I think a lot of us, obviously insurance, general liability insurance is the way to go, and it's going to protect you if somebody gets hurt on one of your machines. But like for example, my policy, it's not going to repair any machines if a machine is damaged. I have to chalk that up basically as the cost of doing business. I have to expect that, so I expect my machines to get damaged over time, especially. Like I said, it's just the cost of doing business, and kind of like what Xtreme's saying, like for the mini claws. They're really not that super expensive. So if you need to like swap a machine out or repair it or whatever, it's not going to put you back that much. It's probably going to pay for itself. Again, those repairs are going to pay for themselves in a month or two at the max, I would imagine. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, especially how the mini. Oh my gosh, the mini claws. They make so much money. They are so fast on the returns. If you get a good location, and it's great to have backup mini claws. If you really don't want any downtime or doing maintenance in
Yep.
the store, you
Just
just
swap them
go and
out.
flip them out.
Swap
Yeah,
them out.
swap them
Yep.
out. Take the other one home and have the parts at your house and do it in the comfort of your home. I mean, they're
Yeah,
so easy to move
for
around.
sure.
So
And I realize if you're just starting out, that might be kind of a tall challenge. But as you grow, those are just some
yes.
tips that can help you for sure. Yeah. One thing I will say though is sometimes with locations, especially when it comes to amusement vending, just make sure that whether you don't necessarily need a contract, but sometimes it's a good idea just to make sure that everybody understands the agreement or has an agreement of when it comes to commission. I'm not going to go into my crazy story, but I've kind of given a very high level overview of my crazy story. That second game store location I had, we initially agreed on
Oh, I remember that.
20%. And then when I did my first collection, they tried to argue and said, no, you said 50%. And ultimately it soured the business relationship. And therefore we removed our machines from those locations. Didn't matter how much money we were making. It just wasn't worth the stress and the problems that we had with that location. So make sure you at least everyone understands what the commissions will be and how much everyone will be getting paid, because that can cause some strife, so to speak.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that story. I remember talking to you. That was when did our first live stream. You were
Yeah.
telling me about
Well, we
that.
didn't go into details on the live stream. That was off
Right.
camera.
And yeah, we don't. And I don't want to go into details.
Yeah,
It's your
for sure,
personal
for
business.
sure,
Yes, I do remember that.
for sure.
I,
Well, to be
it's funny.
one,
You
they
talked
say,
about it on the stream, but I was actually just thinking about that story.
mhm,
Honestly, while I was up in the mountains, I was thinking
yeah,
about that experience you had. That's funny
yeah,
that you brought that
yeah.
up.
It was crazy. It was crazy for sure. Anyway, Welder V1 says, have a good one, guys. Early morning, so it looks like they're off to hit the hay. Thanks for
He
joining
probably
us
already
this
left by
evening.
now.
Probably already left by now. That was 8 minutes ago. But
But
thanks
we
for joining us
appreciate it
this
if
evening.
he's
If you're still here,
rewatching the
yes,
stream.
we
We're
do
grateful
appreciate
for
that.
that.
Hero 3 says, turn those buildings into arcades. I think he's talking about empty call centers. So these are like
Yeah.
500,000 square foot buildings. Could you imagine the arcades? It would be like
Oh,
Dave and Buster's times 5, right? It's like crazy.
yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
crazy.
That would be, my brother has this dream. He tells me about it on the call all the time. I talk to him. He wants to make like an indoor laser tag world, like kind
Yeah,
of like a big theme park, laser tag theme park.
that'd
But
be
I think
awesome.
that's kind of crazy.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome
it's
for
kind of
sure.
crazy idea, but yeah.
Tom Frey talking about call centers. He says those call centers are incubators, and what he's talking about is being petri dishes. And I will say, he's not wrong. Like if one person gets sick, like everybody gets sick in those places because everyone's sitting so close together and they're talking all day, so germs and stuff are just flying everywhere.
Yeah.
That's another reason
Yeah.
why the whole call center industry has been changed by this whole pandemic thing that happened. I've been working call center work the majority of my career. And it's funny that, now I work from home too. And I'm very, very lucky and happy to be working from home because now, on my lunch break, I can do things for my vending machines or I can work on different games or whatever. I can go, service the laundromat, which is kind of like 5 minutes down the road from here. It's really easy to do on my lunch break. So all that wasn't possible before. So it's definitely changed for the good, changed for the better.
Yeah.
Look at
That's
this
pretty
guy.
cool.
Look at this guy. We got this joker, Howard Hospitality, Howard Hospitality Group commenting, watching you guys with a smiley face. Too funny. Hope he's got a better signal now. He can at least comment, right? You can comment in the chat.
Yeah.
There we go. Good stuff.
Well,
CC says
when
thanks for the insight.
yeah, when I was watching your guys' stream, I got disconnected last time. I felt like that too. I was trying to comment, and then I lost connection altogether. I couldn't even get
Lost
on
connection
the.
altogether.
Yeah, couldn't get back on.
Too funny. So he's got some insight for insurance, looks like. He says, we spoke to State Farm today and are getting an insurance policy. It will be for liability and equipment. Oh, there you go. It said he will fill us in on cost and info next week. So that's something to
Nice.
look forward to next week for our live stream. Little insurance talk. Jake from State Farm. Maybe we can see if we can get Jake from State Farm to join us.
State Farm. It would be fun to get some partnerships or something. Not like a
Yeah.
partnership, but some people in here from insurance and whatnot talking to our community. That'd be fun.
Get us the what the Patrick Price, is that what those commercials used to call it? Like Patrick Mahomes, the Patrick Price or whatever.
Yeah.
Jake from State Farm. Shout out to Jake from State Farm. All right, what else we got? Let's see. Matt Carter joined us. Thanks, Matt. Says, hey guys, thanks for joining, Matt. We appreciate you being here. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream. And Hero 3 says, Hero 3's been here before. He says the comments are about to stop showing up soon. So when that happens, yeah, so we obviously can't pop them up on the screen here anymore when that happens. Typically it happens about an hour into the live stream, which we're quickly approaching. What then we do is we actually move on over to the actual live comments on the YouTube stream, which I can see on my second screen here. So if that happens,
we're all going to have to upgrade if we do this consistently.
Well, you know what? So what's funny is I've already looked into upgrading, and I've actually reached out to EVMux, the tech support group, as an inquiry, because there's no difference in comments between the free version and the paid version. The only difference in the paid version is it gives you longer stream times. So right now our stream limit is 2 hours at a time. So there's no there should be no restrictions on the comments. So we'll see what happens. So we're an hour in, and we're still getting comments. So that's pretty cool. Maybe it's just a glitch in the time as it happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're going to keep monitoring the comments and see if they stop on our live stream software versus working on YouTube. All right. So what else we got? We got CC says, thanks again, guys. He was just curious. What's your guys' favorite full-size claw machine? Model, brand in terms of cost, reliability, and aesthetics. So full-size claw machine, Xtreme Vending. What's your favorite?
Well, it's the ones that I have. The Lucky Star 2 I got from Lefang. Wow, they're affordable. They're cheap. They're actually the same cost as a mini claw machine. Yeah. So they're very affordable. And the reliability, I've had them since my beginning. Well, I bought the minis, and probably a few months later I bought them. So they're also 3 years old. They've been running really well. They're all LED on the side, and the glows in the front. They have 2 coin mechs, the bill acceptor for the same price as a mini. I mean, that's awesome. They're harder to move around because they're bigger, but you just need a little full-size truck. I mean, not a full. You just need a small mini truck, and you can carry them anywhere. The only thing I would complain about it is that the doors on there really are not the best. You want some good padlocks to put on them because they're not too hard to break into if you are a bad guy. So put them in a place that's not like. Oh, I got them in laundromats, but it's still a little bit scary to think about. You could easily break into them if you wanted to.
For sure.
If you really tried.
Yeah, I always worry about that in the laundromat machine for sure, because it's mine at least is open 24/7. It's not in the best area. It's kind of in a little bit of a sketchy part of town anyway. But my favorite large or full-size claw machine is definitely everything coast-to-coast related. The toy taxis, hot stuff, things like that. And the reason why I love those so much is because I'm so familiar with them, right? I know all the parts and how they work and how they operate. And, if something breaks, I pretty much know what I need to do to fix it. Although the one at the flea market arcade location, that hot stuff there, every week I swear that thing has a new problem. I actually have it powered off right now. And part of the reason why I haven't solved the problem there now is because I've just been so busy and I haven't been able to physically get up there at that location and try to diagnose the problem. I think it's a power supply issue, but I haven't got up there with my multimeter to test. So I'll be doing that probably this coming weekend. But overall, again, I still think the coast-to-coast machines are my favorite right now. However, if we see some new machines at the amusement showcase in Vegas, maybe some of them will take over my new favorite machine. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
For sure.
Uh-oh, we got bad stuff coming in.
Here we go. Let me block. Delwig, can you administer for us? Can I block this?
Does he have the ability to do that? I'm trying to report. I'm trying to report.
I'm reporting too.
Dang it. We were doing so well.
Those darn spammers, right? They got to come in here and try to crash our party.
Just as long as I don't go on my Discord.
We don't care about your private dating site. No one cares.
I'm married. I'm happily married.
Right.
Oh, crap.
Sorry for the spam, guys. Let me go and clean that up. I got one more to go here.
Yeah.
There we go. That should be all cleaned up. So sorry about that. All right, let's see. Tom Frey says, on the mini claw machines, is it worth it to get a credit card reader with the fees and etc.? So I know I can't talk tonight. Howard Hospitality Group has all new readers on his machines, and Extreme, you're just about to get them on yours, right?
I am planning to upgrade. The benefit to me more than anything, and Galaxy Game, especially when you're full line, and he can get into that.
Yeah.
The benefit is knowing how your machine is maintaining, and like if there's
Yes.
a jam or whatnot, I can tell if my bill acceptor's jam or not just because this thing reports all the live feed. It tells me if my machine's online or
Yep.
offline. It tells me problems. So that alone, right there, to me, is worth it. And then it boosts your sales on top of it. So
Yeah.
if you can eventually upgrade and invest in this, I'm starting to do that now. So yeah.
Yeah, and like I talk about in all my videos. So, long story short, like especially I look at it from a full line vending aspect, and I love it because I always know how much inventory is in my machine, how much money is in my machine, so I always know when it's time to go service the machine. So that's one, obvious benefit. But two, when I go to service the machines, I know exactly what to bring with me. I never bring too much. I never bring not enough, unless, of course, from the time I pre-kit and the time I get there, there's like a ton of sales. That's the only time that would happen. But yes, it also can increase your sales too. Like my one location, the truck accessory shop, ever since I've added credit card readers to those machines, the sales are through the roof compared to what they were before. So it's definitely a great benefit no matter what kind of machine. And I'm actually starting to think about putting them on some of the machines at my game store location. Probably the barber cut to start. We're going to see. I've been working with Matt at Nyax on more of those pulse readers and learning about how they work. So we'll see what happens. But for sure.
Oh, that'd be really cool. That'd be nice to see the live numbers. Like I can go in the back office and just see
Yeah.
what's going on. It's so great.
Yeah.
Like before the stream, I checked on my machine. It was fun. Saturday, my claw machine that I do have a Nix reader on, it did $58 in cash sales and $22 in credit card sales. So a total of $80 on a Saturday night. And it's
On
just
one
fun to
day.
see.
What
On one
location is
day.
that? What kind of location is
That's
that
my
at?
jump center. I don't ever show my jump center because it's just
Yeah.
so rowdy in there. There's so
Oh,
many
I'm
kids,
sure.
and
I'm
as soon as
sure.
I walk in there, I'm like a celebrity to the kids. Not that
It's
I
the
want
toy
to be.
man.
This is a
You're
toy
saying
exactly, and they start
you're
jumping on you. Like no kidding. The parents don't monitor them, and they jump on me, and they like wrestle me for my toys, and it's like I have people reaching into my pocket trying to grab my keys, and the
you
kids
walk in, you're
they're
Santa Claus.
crazy. It's
That's
like
so
going
funny.
to the jungle with Tarzan or something.
Right?
Those
Too
jump centers,
funny.
they're scary. Yeah.
Hey, we got somebody that noticed my on-air sign, right? Kim7182 says, love the on-air sign. Nice touch. Yes. So that's the one
Yeah, I
thing
like that
too.
too.
That's the one benefit about when Howard Hospitality Group or somebody is not with us, we can show more of our backgrounds, right? Because when it's all three of us, we're all
I
kind
didn't
of
decorate this time
right.
too.
We're all kind of scrunched in. So that is I usually have this sign on in the live streams, but since there's usually more of us, we're kind of scrunched in, so you can't see everything else going on around us. So thanks for noticing the sign, though. Appreciate that. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, actually, I got that at where did I get that from? Now I can't remember where I got it from. I think I got it from what's that craft store? Wow, my mind just went blank. I'll think about
Craft
it.
stores.
Yeah,
Michaels.
it's no Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. I
Got
was
it
gonna
at
say
Hobby
that was my
Lobby.
next one, Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hobby Lobby with all the different signs and stuff.
Oh,
Not too
cool.
expensive either. So yeah, pretty cool. It's LED neon, which is kind of cool. All right, talking more about large size claw machines. Kendall Thorne says rainbow and ice claw machines. So I think didn't you have like a rainbow or a toy house or one of those back in the day? Do you still have
Yeah,
those
that
machines?
thing was really cool. That was my very first claw machine. That's in my very first location. I didn't even
Yeah.
have the location. I just saw on Craigslist someone selling it. So I showed that picture to the store owner and they were like, yeah, bring that in. So then I went and bought it and it worked for a while.
Yeah.
And then I upgraded to the mini and the Lucky Star too. So,
Nice. So do you
yeah.
still have that location?
I still have the location, but the machine I do not have anymore.
Gotcha.
It finally the
Died.
gantry broke on it, and I think the motherboard was going out on it. I mean, it's an old machine, so I pulled out the parts and the components that I wanted, and I scrapped the rest.
Nice. Cool. All good. Yeah, sometimes machines they reach an end of life period, and you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right?
Yeah, that's what I did. I feel bad, but it got me my first location. I should have just like kept a piece of it with me and hung it up and honored it, but I didn't.
For sure.
So
So I got two comments I'm going to bring up next. So we're talking about Nayax credit card readers, right? So Tom
yeah,
Frey asks, what's the cost monthly on that CC device? And it's really not that much.
it's
And then
not.
Anthony jumps in actually with a great answer. And I think this is what you really need to focus on. So don't worry much about the fees. It's like $10, honestly. It's like $10 a month. And anyway, though, with decent sales, you'll never notice it. Just keep selling. And basically how it works is
Yeah.
you never actually pay Nayax. What Nayax does is they take the fees out of your sales and then deposit the remaining into your account. So you never actually have to make a payment to Nayax. They make it really easy like that. So all I know is every Friday I get a nice deposit in my business checking account from Nayax. So once a week, every Friday.
Every
So
Friday, exactly.
I never have to make a payment to them because they always just take care of all that for me. It's really easy and really nice.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like I can log into my bank account, and I think I average about $70 to $80 a week just in credit card sales. So that's right there is making me at least $300 a month just in credit card sales. I do in that
Yeah.
jump center, and the rest of it's in cash. But I never pay a fee or anything. It just pulls
Yeah.
out, and I
Because
don't even think about
they
it.
just take the fees
Exactly
out
like,
of your sales.
yeah,
So
exactly like
it's
Anthony Hastings says, you don't have to
it's
worry about it.
it's super convenient and they make it really easy to like they'll send you invoices and it says this is just an invoice. Payment will be drafted from your sales or whatever from your future deposits. So you never actually have to make a payment. It's really cool.
It's awesome, very
Yeah.
convenient.
I like this one. So Ryan's asking about the Vegas trip. So I've actually been thinking about this. So he's asking, are you guys planning on making any videos in Vegas? Are you going to go live? So obviously there's a lot up in the air right now when it comes to the whole Vegas trip. Howard Hospitality Group is definitely going. Xtreme Vending, he's working on it, and I'm also working on it myself too. I certainly want to go. I can't say 100% for sure that I will be there, but I'm 95% sure I'm going to be there. So everything should line up okay. I will say it's super expensive. Airfare is super expensive right now. I was just researching the cost, and just in plane tickets, it's going to be $500 for me just to go to Vegas, just in plane
Uh,
tickets, not including hotel, Uber, all that stuff while we're there, any of that stuff. So it should work out okay. I'm hoping I can take some of the Nayax proceeds from those codes and apply it to that Vegas trip. I also have some funds built up in my my Patreon that I should be able to access for something like that too. But definitely while I'm there, I'm going to make a ton of videos. I'm going to be filming like the whole time I'm there because why not, right? There's going to be so much to film there, so why not make a bunch of videos? And as far as going live, that's the thing I was really thinking about. How are we going to do that? How are we going to go live, right? How are we going to go live in Vegas? Obviously, we're not going to have a ton of equipment with us to go live, so maybe we'll be able to find a Wi-Fi connection somewhere in a laptop and just wing it the best we can. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I
Go
just
down to
got a
the
laptop in this week, but I don't know if I want to bring it to Vegas and risk losing that sucker.
Well, I'll definitely bring my laptop to Vegas. So that's the easy part. The thing is, though, I don't know if we're going to be able to get all the proper microphones and audio and find a place. Do we do it from a hotel room? Do we do it from like a restaurant? Do we do it from like with all the crazy slot machines going on in the background? I don't even know if they would let us. I don't know. I've never been to Vegas. So this will be a first for everything. We'll figure it all out.
You never been
But
to Vegas at
definitely,
all?
I've never been to Vegas. No. So,
Whoa.
yeah. So every time I go somewhere, now remember, I'm an East Coast guy, right? So it's expensive to go to Vegas. We always
Yeah.
go to Atlantic City if we want to go to something like that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So
if you
I'm
want
an
to
East
go
Coast guy.
there.
Exactly. So yeah, I've never been to Vegas, but I've been doing a lot of research, and I certainly want to go. And I certainly want to go meet everyone, and I want to go to the bulk vending show. And I want to go to the amusement show. I guess there's also a laser tag show too. I guess I don't know. So lots of cool things going on that weekend or that week. So I definitely want to be there, and I'm planning on it. Just working on the logistics part of it right now for sure. But yeah, if I go, there will definitely be a lot of videos shot and probably obviously not edited while I'm there. I'll probably pre-make some videos to release while I'm there. Because I like to do that when I'm going on a trip. I'll make like 4 or 5 videos and schedule them all to release as they normally would. So you would never even know I'm gone. It's pretty cool.
I'm definitely going to record some video footage while I'm there. I'm going to
Yeah,
put
for
you.
sure.
You know, you're going to be there. If you're there, I'm going to record myself
Oh
with
yeah.
you.
So
Yeah.
so that's one thing. There's going to be a ton of collaboration while we're all there. Ton of collaboration. I'm going to make sure I get quick play in my videos. I'm going to jump in their videos, even if they don't like it. I'm just going to jump in their
They'd be
videos.
like,
right.
"Hi,
right.
big old shirt, Xtreme Vending, YouTube."
Right. I think Jaime's going to be there, so maybe we can get in some Jaime's videos. I don't know, but there's definitely going to be a lot of collaboration going on. So if we can all hook up, we'll be making lots of videos. That's like the whole point of the trip is to make a bunch of videos. So
Yeah.
absolutely, I'm glad you asked that question because that is a big part of it, big plan. All right, what else we got? Let's see. Robert says he thinks coin, bill, and credit card hits everybody. So just kind of what we're talking about here. Hero, what are you talking about this XYZ? I don't know. He says he went to go check out XYZ, but now he's back. It's a scam. Just kidding. He didn't go. I don't know. I know what you're talking about. So anyway, let's see. Tom also says, I'm just getting started in mini claws, just figuring out. Thanks for the advice. Hey, so glad you're able to find some good information here in our event in our live stream. Tom, are you in the Discord? If not, make sure you join the Discord. And hey, also look at that, Tom. Thanks for the super chat, buddy.
And some
$4. We
love to
appreciate that.
games. Help
That is
paying for
going.
your tickets to
That's going
Vegas,
right towards
man.
the Vegas fund. So I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much for that. That is awesome. We really do appreciate that. He says, stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of coffee. And if you don't know me, I love coffee. So thank you so much for that.
Oh boy.
That's going to go help fund the Vegas trip. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully you're finding some good information here. And we really appreciate you being here. So thank you so much for that. All right. Hero 3 says Tom's very generous. Yes, he is. And he says, yes, I am. So thank you for that. So yeah, so let's talk more about Vegas. So apparently there's 3 actual shows happening that same week. And I guess they all work together to plan it to make sure that like there's multiple things to do while you're in Vegas. So there's the National Bulk Vending Association trade show conference, probably showing off different machines, different vendors for machines, different vendors for inventory or product, all kinds of cool stuff like that. There's also going to be an amusement conference or show that, features things like, I'm sure candymachines.com is going to be there and other places that have claw machines and other amusement type machines. So we'll be able to check out what's going to be new for 2023 and maybe we'll be able to make some deals on some machines for our channels and going forward and different things like that. And then of course there's this laser tag thing too, which I'm not as familiar with. I do know I love to go play laser tag. So maybe maybe that would be a fun video, right? So we'll get like a couple YouTube channels on one side, another couple YouTube channels on another time, and have a giant battle royale of laser tag for
That I'm a pro laser tag player, by the way. I actually own a professional system. Well, I don't. My parents own a professional system. They spent $16,000 one year on Christmas for us. Bought us 10 professional units, and oh my gosh! Because every summer I would go to the laser tag, and I would spend my whole summer. Delwick can tell you, but the system is awesome. Well, it's now 20 years old, but
still,
it was fun.
It's kind of funny. So the last time I played laser tag, it was actually I don't know 6 months ago or so. So down the street we have it's funny. This company came in. They took an old Kmart, an old abandoned Kmart, and turned it into a multi-entertainment complex. Right? They've got a restaurant, they've got a big bar, they have a giant arcade, they have bowling alleys, they have party rooms, they have escape rooms, they have bumper cars, and they have laser tag. It's got all that stuff. So I was there actually with my daughter for a birthday party, and the dad was like, "Hey, can you come with me and all these kids and play laser tag?" He's like, "I'll pay for it. You just got to come with me and help me, play laser tag versus all these kids." He goes, "It'll be you and me versus all the kids." I was like, "Absolutely, let's do this, right?" So here, him and I are like snipers. We're running around. We weren't camping, so we weren't just camping.
Yeah.
We were running around like snipers, getting all the elevated spots, right, and just picking kids off left and right. It was so funny because we just blew these kids away. We just annihilated kids left and right with laser tag. It was so much fun though. I just had a blast.
Is so much fun. Well, when I play laser tag, I'm very competitive. And Del made a comment about my history I would bring Doeg. Doeg's a big guy, 6 foot plus, and people would like push me, really get really angry, and push me into the wall, and then
Let me
Doeg
put
would
that
be
comment
there
up there.
because I'd get first place every single match. And there's a strategy, like you don't
Yeah.
just hold the phaser like this, like usually there's a sensor under.
Right,
You actually
right.
hold the phaser upside down, and you just tap it really fast like this, and then you face sideways. I don't know if you'll see on the camera, and you do a little dance. And that's what you do when you want to get really competitive, because now you
We're all
got
getting
the
schooled over here.
shoulder pad, and you just kind of just like go like that, and you just spam that trigger, and you'll win every time. It's just like people don't know what to do when you're like an animal, and you got really good accuracy when you have it upside down, and they can't hit you.
So just so you know, I think I want to screen cap that clip that we just had right there. Put some music to it. Put that on TikTok. And get another million views right there. It's coming, guys. Right? Extreme Vending dancing about laser tag with some EDM music.
Oh my gosh.
In the back. Yeah. Next
Yeah.
million views on TikTok right there.
Oh no! Oh,
You're gonna be TikTok famous.
If it does take off. I charge what's it called? Proceeds or whatever. I don't know.
Well, TikTok gives 5 cents for every 10,000 views or something like that. So
Some views.
I don't know. I got monetized, but I still haven't seen a dime yet. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen with that?
How's your TikTok following going? Last I looked, it was like 14,500.
14,500 followers on TikTok right now. We did have that million view video, another 500,000 view video. But since then, things have calmed down, obviously.
Yeah.
We tried to ride that Pokeball wave as much as we could. We did like 4 or 5 videos about it. And we got lots of followers, lots of views. But just like all good things, they must come to an end. I think it's at 1.2 million views right now. So it's certainly slowed down. But it
Yeah.
was certainly awesome. I've never had a video go viral like that before. But what's funny is one of our Pokeball shorts on YouTube just passed 100,000 views. And actually our overall channel for a lifetime is going to pass 1 million views in the next day or two. So we're really excited about that.
You know what? You're gonna make me want to look up my original gaming channel. I haven't uploaded on this. I took off really fast on this gaming channel I made.
Yeah.
I hit 3,000 subscribers like in a month, and I had a video that took off like I don't know how many million or hundreds of thousands of views it got, but it was a lot. Anyways.
Yeah, all you need is one video just to go crazy, and everything else kind of falls into place. It
Yeah.
really helps out. But YouTube, it's definitely much more difficult to go viral on YouTube than it is TikTok. TikTok has
Right.
just, I guess their algorithm is more creator friendly, we'll say.
Okay, so I had 2 videos that broke over 100,000, and then I had a bunch of videos that were in the 50K area. That's why I did so well on YouTube, I think.
Very cool. Very cool. Hero 3 says, I want to hear more about this Extreme and Delwig bodyguard story. So how often were you guys playing laser tag?
We would go every day during the summertime when there was no school, and they had a promotion. I think it was like $18 per person. You could go all day long, and so we would play for hours, and we did that like every day in the summer. And man, you would just sweat so much and drink slush.
When I was in college, I was in a college fraternity, right? And we used to go and we used to have like nights where we would go out and do something like that as a fraternity to kind of build brotherhood and things like that. And we would always go, like that was one of the things we would always go do is go play laser tag, and we would play for like 3 hours. And you're right. I mean, it's a killer workout. You're running around, you're sweating, you're burning calories. But the next day, I was always so sore. Were you always like sore the next day?
Oh yeah, it was a workout. So
Yeah.
but I just keep going. My body would get. I'd be sweating.
Yeah.
Like if I was around a girl, I'd feel very awkward because I just look like a big
Right.
sweaty
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah. You don't want to meet girls while you're killing it at laser tag, right? Because you're a mess for sure.
Yeah, but it's funny because I got to know the owner of that place, and it's so sad. I drive by there all the time when I do my collections. I always look at that place, and they recently, when COVID happened, they
Yeah.
pulled the plug, and they closed down. And I thought to myself, man, I really wish that place was still around. I love it.
So yeah, the place I used to go back in the day, like those days, it was a family entertainment center, much like it was a roller skating rink, and they had like games, and they had the laser tag area. And the last time I was back home and I drove past it, it's now turned into a giant mega car wash. So they gutted the building, and it's like a giant indoor car wash. It's crazy. So weird to see things like that change like over time, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one thing that
Speaking
was
of
really
car
cool
washes, oh, what's that?
before we get to that, one thing that was really cool about playing laser tag there is if you finished your match or your game, because the games were, I want to say they were like 15-minute long games. They were long drawn out
Yeah.
games. But if you won your game, if you were the number one player, if you were ranked number one, you got a slushie, which I thought was pretty cool. Did they ever do
Oh,
that at your
no way.
places? Yeah,
No, they didn't do that. They did print out your scorecards
yeah,
and they would tell you your stats and stuff. But geez, I wish I would get because I would get so thirsty. I bought
right,
so many slush puppies from them,
right.
and oh my goodness, I could have drank so many. I drank so many of those. I could have used free ones.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That was the highlight of winning was you got a free slush puppy.
you know when
For sure.
we had the laser tag system that my parents finally because
Yeah.
that's why they bought it. We spent thousands of dollars on
Right,
laser
right,
tag
right.
every summer, so they bought us one for Christmas, and we would go around to the parks, and at nighttime we play laser tag, and we'd
Nice.
actually I would rent out the system to church activities too for like 60
Yeah,
bucks for an hour,
for sure.
and oh that was so much fun. And I brought a little laptop and a printer, and I print out the
Yeah.
score sheets of everyone, and I was always you could make your nicknames, and it was awesome. But yeah, I
I
miss
wonder if
those
you can
days.
still buy systems like that too, because that'd be great for like team building events and different things like that. If you're like
You
in the
can,
corporate
but they're
world,
still
things like that,
no.
they're still
They're
super
like
expensive, I'm sure.
the company I used was Laser Blast, and like to get 10 vests now, I think it's like $70,000. And then, like I said, we got it for 16,000 back 20 years ago.
Sure,
But their
sure.
new system, like you can do RPG style where you have classes now, and there's so many different activities and stuff. One cool thing you could do was infected, where it was like you were infected, and you would be a zombie. If you shot someone else, they become a zombie, and you can shoot other people and become zombies.
It's
We
kind of like
would
a
do
lot.
capture the flag too with laser
Yeah,
tag
yeah.
too.
Nice. Yeah, there's so many different strategies you can play like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hey guys, our chat is still working. Look at this. Yeah, Delwick says they bought a season pass.
Yeah.
That's still working. Also, welcome Poppy. Poppy joined us for in the live stream. Says hello. Thanks for joining, Poppy. Is that pizza there in your avatar, your little picture? Looks like
Definitely pizza. I'm
Yeah.
hungry. I could use a pizza.
You know, one of these nights we're gonna have to get some like pizza, beers, and something like that. Really have a good time on one of these live streams, right? For
Yeah,
sure.
that'd be fun. It depends on, like if we get Howard, we should do a pizza night. That would be fun. Yeah.
Something like that for sure. Everyone share
Get
their
some
favorite
Papa
pizza.
John's.
We could like I've got my pizza restaurant location where my toy taxis. I could go get some pizza from there and give
Yeah.
them a shout out for sure.
My pizza location is an hour and a half away, so
That's
I
rough.
wouldn't be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd
that's
be
rough.
really rough. Yeah, to get their pizza.
We also got Dreamlight joining us. Dreamlight's asking another question. It's kind of a popular question tonight, talking about opening your own arcade. So I remember back in your old videos, you actually had a
Yeah,
little arcade spot, didn't you? Tell us
yeah.
more
Well,
about
it's
that.
kind of
Where
like
was that
what
at?
you. That was at a. It was open six or 5 days a week. I don't remember. I think it was 6 days a week. But it was a little Hispanic flea market, and we tried it out. But it was right after COVID started, so I knew it was really rocky. I mean, we went in. So COVID, remember it was around March when we locked down. That's when
Mm-hmm.
we actually got the locations during the lockdown, and
Gotcha.
the rent wasn't too bad. But I put those machines in there. It's just no one was going out to these flea markets and such. So I would like to see how they do now. But I would break even or make a few hundred here and there. You usually do about $800 to $1,200 a month in sales, but it wasn't worth it because you had 4 minis in there, 2 large claw machines. Actually, that toy house that we're talking about was in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had a Keymaster, and so it was just not worth it. I just decided to cut ties and put the machines elsewhere. And but if I were to do it now again, I really want to get a mall location, and I would do like just the aisle. I don't need necessarily a actual store building, just the center aisle, and put like 8 machines there. That's all I would need.
For
I
sure.
think it would do really well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome for sure. Speaking of like my spot like that too. So my flea market arcade location. If you've been watching my videos this year, it's been going down and down and down, and I'm getting to the point where I'm getting pretty frustrated with that spot. And the quality of the location is degraded, and They've got us way off in the corner, and they keep promising me I'm going to be able to move to the middle spot where all the people
Right.
actually like walk, because it's basically set up. Think of it like the Atlanta airport. So who's been through the Atlanta airport, right? So each terminal F, A, B, C, D, E, so on and so forth. Each one of those, the flea market location is set up the same way. So I'm
Yeah.
in Terminal A. I'm in way at the very end, at the end of Terminal A, at Gate 25 or whatever it is. And the main area where the train in Atlanta would run is where like I'm trying to get to. That's where everybody wants to be, because that's like the main hallway, and they keep promising me I'm like next in line to move up there. So we're just waiting for a spot to open up, and I don't know how much longer I can hold out, because honestly, like I said, I went from 2 spots at that location down to 1 spot, so I'm saving money. I'm not really losing that much money, but this year it's kind of losing money, and now that I've moved to 1 spot, it's kind of breaking even. But previously, it was definitely losing money when I had 2 spots. But last year, it was making money. So it's like I said, the quality of that location is degraded. Like, people just aren't really going
Wow.
to that flea market anymore, because I don't know if you've seen in some of my videos when I go there during the open hours, like a lot of the vendors, it's open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. And a lot of the vendors, they might open up at 10 a.m. They might open at 11 a.m. They might not even open up during the day. Like, it's become almost like a giant storage facility for a lot of people, because they're just not showing up to open up their spots, and
Yeah.
that is making people not come, not go to the flea market. Like I said, the quality has really gone downhill, and because people aren't going, because that's happening. Of course, I'm losing money because they're not visiting my spot there too. So
Right.
who knows what's going to happen? I haven't. I'm going to do one more collection at the end of 2023. We're going to open up all the machines, including those bulk machines. That'll be coming probably early 2023 for January in one of those videos. Um, but yeah, so who knows what's going to happen in 2023? Maybe we'll move those machines on to some other location somewhere else. Who knows? I know.
Yeah.
I was just,
I totally understand your
yeah,
terminal ideology, what you're talking about when you're
yeah,
describing it. Because
yeah,
I actually have a flea market in Apache Junction. I always wanted to set up, and they're open up on Friday and Saturday, and they have the
mhm,
same thing. You got an aisle where it's just packed, and then
yes,
you go down one more aisle, and it's packed. You go down the
yes,
next aisle, and it's further from the parking spot, and it's
yes.
halfway packed. And
Uh-huh.
you go down the fourth and fifth and sixth aisle, and it's just like few vendors here and there. No
Yeah.
one wants to walk over there.
Yep.
And they charge the same amount as if
Yep.
you were up in the front.
Yes. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm going through right now. I'm way off at the end. So that part, it's been challenging. All right. Hero 3 says, after I was talking about working on the laundromat location during lunch, since I work from home, he's now got him looking at laundromats near him. He thinks there's 3 with no machines. Tomorrow could be productive. So good luck trying to land some
Yeah.
locations tomorrow on your lunch break. Laundromat locations are amazing, because you got to remember, number one, people are stuck there, right? They got to wait for their clothes to get dry or wash or whatever. So they're already kind of being held hostage there at that location. So they're not going
Yeah.
anywhere. And they've always got money in their pocket too. They use the change machines. They got a pocket full of quarters. So like, laundromats are awesome. And the only way I would probably avoid a laundromat is if it's one of those ones where it's like in a plaza attached to a convenience store or something like that. But still, you might still work out okay, because your prices might be lower than the convenience store, or that's when you focus on amusement machines or something like that, mini claw machines, regular claw machines, kind of like, I know Extreme's done some videos in his laundromat location where he's got all those machines in there. How's that going? I don't think I've seen that location in a while. How's that going?
You know what it is I've been changing my focus on my videos a lot lately. I haven't been really doing too many collection videos. My brother actually just went there this last weekend, and he collected for the 2-week collection. He collected nearly $400, like
Wow,
$375.
that's awesome.
And yeah, so we get that, on every 2 weeks we get that kind of payment, and then we got several other locations. Now, one of my locations got kind of not like vandalized, but they. So I have the like two amusement machine, the lighthouse. I have the mini claw machine in the middle, and then my big crane. And they took that mini, and they, even though they're screwed together, they ripped it out and they tilted my mini, and they took my toys out. And it
Yep.
just happens to be that my coin mech was jammed on the one machine, and then the other machine, the bill acceptor, was jammed, and so it's like it didn't make too much money the past
Yeah.
few weeks in that laundromat. But normally that laundromat does about 300 also every 2 weeks. So
Nice.
yeah, that was a little bit sad, but usually we do really well for all of them. So I like laundromats. Laundromats are really good. The only time I did bad in a laundromat and I ended up pulling my machine out was that laundromat that, and it would probably be different if I had a credit card reader, but the laundromat that does the cards, you know, where they don't get change anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of people have been upgrading to that. That
Yep.
actually affected my sales.
I'm sure it did. Yeah, for sure.
So
I can imagine.
yeah,
Dreamland has a comment, kind of going back to my flea market arcade location. Yeah, I talk about, I do kind of, that's kind of like my secondary storage. Like, so I used to have all those machines in a storage facility and I was paying $200 a month for it. Right. So I was basically just losing $200 a month just to have those machines. So that's when I got the idea to move it to a location like that where they could possibly make some of that money back. Now I'm only paying, honestly, it's like, I think it's $112 a month I pay for that spot. And those machines pretty much make that back at this point, maybe a little bit slight profit. But so that's kind of another reason why I haven't really just discarded that location yet, because I still look at it as though that's my storage facility, right? So it's just a storage facility where people can play my machines, basically. So he says, I know you were mentioned that you were using it half to store your machines, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So that's ultimately kind of where I'm at, but it's to the point now where like that hot stuff, it's, every week it's got a new problem, and I don't know if it's because people are messing with it or whatnot, but you know, we saw our that machine got broken into there. That made a fun video at least, right? but
yeah.
but yeah, so ultimately I don't know, you know, how much long term I'm going to be at that spot. If they call me tomorrow and said, hey, you're up, move up to the middle, then obviously that's a different story. But as of if nothing changes, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be there, especially as I'm getting a new location, or I'm working on getting a new location for my vending route where I can replace that. Because another reason why I'm afraid to get rid of it is because I like having it there just for filming purposes, for the content. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
But if you can get a better location for all those machines, because you got
Oh
some
yeah,
good
for
machines
sure,
there,
for sure.
it'd be
Like-
well worth
like
just moving
if-
them over.
If I were to get my mall location, I would close that tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, that'd be
Right.
awesome.
I would focus everything on the mall location. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
But good,
You
good
know,
question. I'm glad you brought that up.
I think you should just get a couple more of those minis, even the newer minis, and just give them another shot and go around to the small mom and pop shops and just try to expand a little bit with those. I think you just fall in love with that.
Yeah,
With
well,
an-
you know,
if
I'm going to get a
little
better
bit.
look at them in Vegas for sure. I want to see what candymachines.com has to offer. I want to see what theirs look like. And then maybe there'll be some other vendors there too. I really just want to see. I do like those prize lockers on the top of them. Those ones are awesome. That's a really cool
It's
feature.
really. I could not believe what I could fit in that candymachines.com crane prize locker. I mean, you could put. I'm not recommending this, but you could put a Nintendo Switch in there, a full-on Nintendo Switch,
Yeah.
which is amazing. I bought one of those actually just this last weekend or yesterday actually. I
Yeah.
bought a Nintendo Switch. So,
Very cool.
but I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it in there or not. I just looking at it and thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I mean, those things are expensive, right?
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we got another comment from Hero3. He says, try attaching money to those plushies. Maybe that will help. Or put some Pokemon balls in your cool looking vending machine. Maybe that will improve the sales. So as far as putting money on plushies and like knobby balls and stuff like that, we can't do that in my state. That's considered gambling.
Me either.
Kind of like coin pushers. I wish we could. Like, I know back in the day, I used to see Claw Kicker do that in all his videos. He put, you know, 5s, 10s, 20s on like his different plushies or like the knobby balls and his claw machines, or like he'd attach them to think the prizes in the Keymaster he would do, and that really seemed to drive sales, like drive plays, drive results. So like we could put money inside. Well, I guess I do gift cards inside like my mystery cups and stuff like that. But when it comes to money, that's where when the, you know, putting money in and getting money back out of a machine is anything like that would be considered gambling in my state. So that's why we can't
Yeah,
do that.
mine too.
I would love to do something like that. I think it would.
I
really-
would love
yeah.
to do that too. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Joystick actually made now it's staged, obviously. Joystick like to stage a lot, but he got
Yeah,
a mini
yeah.
claw machine and he put a bunch of those golden eggs in there, and you would open up the golden egg and there would always be cash in there. And he got a
$100
couple-
bills, $100 bills,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But still, like
Yeah.
I would I would love to.
But he also got millions of views. So who's
Oh yeah,
who's,
he
who's
did
the
make
smart
a
one,
lot of
right?
money.
He
Yeah,
got
he
millions
was
of
smart.
views.
I'm not complaining. And people do that now on shorts. I mean, I do that on
Yeah.
short. I've got a couple of shorts of me winning my own toys, and I just,
Yeah.
it's just to get the views, I guess. Get
Hey, shorts are where it's at, guys. If you got a
Yeah. Oh,
YouTube
and
channel and you're
Hero.
not doing shorts, you're missing out.
Yeah, yeah.
Is I know a lot of people out there hate it, but it really, I can only attribute my growth this year to the shorts. We started the year at what 3,000 subscribers. Now we're almost at 6,000. So we've almost doubled in size this year due to shorts.
I need to start doing shorts again. I got a claw machine right there behind me. I can easily make shorts and just put money in there and capsules but it's just like it's inside my heart. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm acting and I don't want to act.
Well,
You know?
I mean, like I said, it's not the end of the world if you're just showing what you can win. You're showing what they can do.
True.
Long story short, I mean, I typically take clips from my other videos and just kind of make them into shorts because the way I
Right.
see it, shorts are kind of an advertisement for your channel, right? So anybody that's finding my short probably isn't a subscriber, probably isn't watching my regular videos. So maybe this will help them find my regular videos. Who
True.
knows? So I reuse a lot of my content from my full-length videos for my shorts. And this week, so far yesterday and today, I've actually been using shorts that have never before been seen. They're for an upcoming video from the game store location that's going to be releasing this weekend. So I'm actually doing the shorts where I'm showing the money collection, but like where the scale would show the amount, I'm censoring that out. So if you want to see how much it is, you're going to have to watch the regular video this Saturday. So that's just something I'm
Ah,
trying now.
smart.
And I'll tell you what, between yesterday and today, it's been like, I think 5,000 or 6,000 views. So it seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah, I'm looking at your stats on Social Blade, and I love your stats, man. It's trending upward big time. It's
Really? Because
just
I've never really looked at Social Blade. How does it work?
You just go to Social Blade, like here. Well, you're on. I'm going to show you the graph that it's showing me on your stats. Like, this is your recent.
Where are you
Discord.
showing this at?
Hey, someone messaged me. I'm going to show this. You're going to. I mean, we're on stream and stuff, so I'm just going to PM you on Discord
Oh,
or
okay.
DM
All
you
right. Cool.
a couple of things.
Cool.
But your
I'll look
sub
at it after the
count
stream
is
for
up.
sure.
Everything is up, but like, man, it's looking really good. Your stats are just. Last 30 days, it says you have plus nearly 250,000 views in just the last 30 days between your
Yeah,
shorts.
yeah.
And your
Like I
live.
said, in the next 2 days, we're going to hit 1 million views overall, lifetime views for the channel. So I'm really super excited about that.
Yeah.
Probably like either tomorrow or the next day we should hit that. So that's really
Yeah,
cool.
you can just see it. Like I'm looking at your. It says you gained 850 subscribers in November. That's because of the shout out, probably too. But yeah,
Yeah.
850
Quick Play
subscribers
did
in
shout
November.
us out, and the shorts have really driven results. We had that one to 100,000 views, and that one short alone got us almost 400 subscribers. So that's really helped out, for sure. All right, here's a great question from Hero 3, and we're both going to have to answer this one. This question says, real question here, how did your other half handle you getting into vending? Were they hesitant? Did they think you were foolish, or were they encouraging? So, so Mrs. Galaxy Games 843 has been super encouraging. She's actually been involved in the whole process. Even back in the day, before I did vending, I actually started buying and selling arcade games and pinball machines. I've been doing that, like buying broken games, fixing them, restoring them, and then selling them. I actually initially started collecting them, and then when I got transferred to South Carolina, I had to sell a bunch of them, and I made a ton of money doing it. I was like, wow, I should buy more games and sell more games, right? So when I started doing that, of course, she was happy because there was extra money coming in, so she was definitely encouraging for that. And then with vending, it's something that her and I get to do together. In a lot of the videos, she's with me. She keeps me organized. She keeps me on track. When she's with me, things go so much smoother, obviously, because things are so much faster. But it's something that her and I get to do together and kind of bond with. So it's like time that just her and I are spending together. So she's been super encouraging. She's never said, I think it's stupid that you're doing this, or she's never thought it was foolish, like you said in your comment. She's been super awesome, and she's my business partner too. So her and we're the team. How about for you, Xtreme?
Well, when I first started, my wife was obviously very skeptical and scared. She was very supportive, but very scared. She didn't know that this was going to, like a normal, good supporting spouse. She was just very cautious. And we had her family really attack me and tell me I was going to get nowhere. Her family was all about going after me. They're very negative people, and it's really sad. But
That's
and
unfortunate,
she was very It's just it's funny because they told me this was going to be nothing but a waste of time, waste of money, and they're like, you need to go to school, and I'm not discouraging education, but I always felt like I could be my own boss and I could do it myself.
Yeah.
And so I went and I did this, and my wife has just been super supportive and loving. Like, I love it. My wife every day, well, not every day, but a lot of times when we're doing collections, we're going together, and she always reminds me, she's like, David, or that's my name, you built this. And I'm like, we built this and stuff like that. And it's just a great feeling, that we get to spend a time. It's a date. You go on a date, you collect all this money, and you go home and you sort the money. It takes more time to probably sort the money nowadays because there's so much cash. Yeah. And it's such a great feeling. It's like every day is just so great.
There's one thing too that I always notice in both your videos and my videos when our wives are there. It seems like you and I both, we drop money on the floor, right? And our wives love to point it out or love to focus on it or call it out or something like that. It seems to always be the case. I love it though. That's
girl.
I think that really makes the videos.
No, okay, so I'm editing this video today. This is the one before the stream. Hey, hon, this is my lover.
Welcome, Mrs. Xtreme.
Yeah. But so I'm editing the video. I have no idea what she recorded. And apparently I dropped $1 bill. And so I'm like we were talking about how we just record and we record our voices live and we just kind of say what we see when we're going through it. We don't have a script. I'm in the middle of talking about it and then I'm like, oh, and there's my wife zooming into $1 bill. Like it threw me off of the
You got to keep doing that. That makes those videos. I love it.
Yeah. She actually has people on the YouTubes that do look for that and they comment on the comments. Yeah.
I know I look for that for sure. I'm always looking for that to happen.
Awesome.
So keep that up. That's awesome.
Thanks, dear.
Thanks for joining. That was awesome.
Yeah. She's so
Ryan,
cute.
Ryan says, great question to Hero 3. He says, I got to highlight this one. He says, mine thinks I'm an idiot. It's all good, man. It's all good.
You know what though? One of my friends, and I told him about it when I first got into, he lived in Washington at the time. And I told him about it because I knew he'd be really good at this. He's always tried to start his own business, and things would happen and it would just fail. Start a new business, it would fail. He always had a business mindset, but could never get anywhere. And he was just looking. He's a hard worker, so I told him about this. And so his wife is a little bit, they've gone up and down through businesses before. And I finally got him, and I got to personally go out with him and help him place a few machines, get him the idea. And I gave him one of my locations even. And that location is making $500 a month for him. He loved it. He got all these machines and he just went out and placed them all. And now he's getting these monthly income of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. And his wife is still, skeptical, but she's seeing it. And as the months go by and as he gets more and more money, she's becoming more and more into the whole vending, and she's just having fun. But she, they've been through this before where they lost things, and so she's holding up. She still has that hesitation, which she should. I mean, they've been burned several times. It's hard to get over that. But I told him, I'm like, buddy, vending is so much different because you are in control. It's not some sort of MLM. It's not some sort of business that you have to rely on someone else. This is your business. You move the machines around. You decide what you do. And you're going to be successful by the fruits of your labors if you work hard. And that's how, and he sees it. He's happy. So keep at it, Ryan.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Make her proud of you.
That's right, Ryan. Keep at it. And keep joining us every week.
Yeah.
So we're getting to that last little bit of live stream. We've got a little bit of time left. We usually wrap these things up within 2 hours. So with that said, if there's any more comments, questions, discussions, things you want to throw in the chat, now's the time to do it, because we're basically getting down to our very last 10 minutes of the live stream. So
I'm hungry.
He's hungry, but it's what time is it there? It's what, 7 or 6 or 8?
No, it's 8:45-ish, 8:48-ish. Yeah,
it's almost 11 p.m. here on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's too late for you, maybe. Not
I'm
for
always
me.
hungry though. I'm always hungry. But I am out of water, so I'm definitely. As soon as we wrap it up, I'm going to go get some more water because I'm
Oh,
thirsty. When you
yeah.
talk
I
for
don't
2
like
hours, you
really
get thirsty.
germs though, but
Yeah,
yeah. I'm half there.
for sure, for sure. But anyway, guys, thanks again for joining us this evening. One more reminder, if you haven't done so yet, give this video a thumbs up. Even though we're about to wrap up, it still helps us with the YouTube algorithm, helps YouTube promote this live stream that we do every week to other new viewers and helps other viewers find our live stream. And of course, our YouTube channels and all the good stuff. So with that reminder too, also make sure you subscribe to Galaxy Games 843 here on YouTube, subscribe to Xtreme Vending, subscribe to the Howard Hospitality Group, show us all some love, give us likes on our videos, and of course, make sure you join us on our Discord server too. If you're looking for that link, if you go to my latest video tonight, the one where we service our small vending machine, that Coke machine, go to the description of the video, and the Discord link is in that description. So join us, all these places.
Yeah, the Discord. I really encourage Discord because it links you up to not just Galaxy Games and me and Howard, but there's other YouTubers that have gone out there.
So many other people there too. Yeah.
So many great people, so many wonderful people that have experiences. And then, like, if you're looking for toys, you got the Discord. There's a bunch of resellers there, people trading all the time. It's a great community.
Yeah,
great.
kind of funny. So I actually just bought a bag of Pokemon plush from another person on the Discord.
It's probably Sweet Treat.
No, it wasn't Sweet Treat. It was, let me get their name. I want to give them a shout out. Hold on. My system runs slow when I'm streaming, so give me just a second here. It was Nick Now. Nick Now, thank you so much for the deal on the box of Pokemon plush. It's a really good
Awesome.
Pokemon plush. Like, it's got it's got Mewtwo, it's got Mew, it's got Magikarp, it's got Eevee, it's
Nick
got,
Now.
all the good stuff. So thanks for the deal on that box of plush. You're going to see that going in machines in future videos. I'm probably going to put a lot of it in the game store location because honestly, I think that'll be the crowd that'll enjoy the Pokemon plush the most. And if we can get that hot stuff at the flea market arcade working more consistently, maybe a little bit of it will go in there. We'll see what happens. So Ryan just
Fortune 500.
Yes, let me put that up on the screen here. Ryan says she calls it his Fortune 500 company. You never know, man. Right? You put enough effort into it, anything's possible.
Well, Ryan, how
cool.
many locations do you have, and what type of vending are you?
Tell us more about your vending business.
I
Are you
would
doing
love to
claw
hear more
machines
about
or bulk vending, full line? Tell us about it. Throw that in the comments. It's a good conversation. And Ryan, don't forget too, did you send me an email at galaxygames843@gmail.com? Remember, I got this Pokemon card for you. I'll sign it for you, and maybe I'll throw some bonus stuff in that envelope too. So make sure you send me your info in my email so I can get that out to you. Or I don't know if you're on Discord either. You can also DM me on Discord if you're on Discord. I don't know.
Yeah.
I reached out looking for you on Discord and I didn't get any response, so I don't know if you're there or not. But if you are,
I know
right.
Galaxy Games does have some live streams and some video footage of his.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, so Tom is asking if I've got any video of my flea market location. So yeah, we do usually one video a month where we collect from the flea market arcade location. Like I said, the quality of that location has gone down. And for a while I was live streaming from my security cameras there on the weekends. It was kind of fun to watch and see how people, interact with the games and, especially when those busy times would happen, when it would be full of people playing the games. But again, I haven't done that lately because, again, the quality of that location has gone down. I don't know, guys. Do you want to see more of those live streams, even though it hasn't been very busy lately? Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of those live streams. I can set that up on the weekends too. Typically, I would do it like Sunday mornings to Sunday afternoons because I didn't want to interfere with everything I had going on Saturdays with the weekend video and stuff like that. I would usually do it on Sundays. If you'd like to see more of that, put it in the comments and let me know. Like I said, I haven't really done that in a while, but maybe with the holiday season coming up here, maybe that location will pick up a little bit. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can do that. So Tom says yes. All right. I'll see what I can do, Tom. Especially, again, thanks for that super chat. So I'll see what I can do for you. All right. So we're down to our last few minutes, guys. Anything else you want to talk about? Any other discussion topics? Throw it in the comments. Let us know. With that said, though, Xtreme, what new locations are you working on? Any new locations currently? Is there anything you're working on right now?
There is a few things in the works. I actually just got a handful of new locations, and I've actually pulled my machine out of a few locations that weren't doing so well that I didn't
Yeah.
enjoy. I have an account that they opened up a new location. They let me put a machine in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a new Chinese buffet, so
Nice.
hopefully I get that location. I would love to get a Chinese buffet.
I've been
Those
on a
buffets.
Chinese food kick lately too.
Oh yeah, those buffets. Galaxy
Yes.
Games. If there's any buffets with no claw machines around you, you need to jump on that.
So there
Because
is
they'll
one
make-
that's got
There
no
is one.
machines at all. I was just at it last week, and but I was looking around, and even I'm like, there's no place to even put a mini machine in here. Like it is literally every square foot of that place is
Really?
accounted for. Like
Not
if it's
even
not,
like in a lobby or something.
that's the thing. There really is no lobby. The lobbies, when you walk in, there's seating in like the whole section. Like there's no unseated area. Like right when you walk in, any floor space, there's benches for people
Yeah.
waiting to go to the
Jeez.
the buffet. So no, there's
Man.
really not a single place.
Man, that's heartbreaking. I mean, if you
Yeah.
can figure out some sort of place to put that machine in there, or two even, you'll need,
Yeah.
or one of those new candy machines ones. That's all you really need.
Well, I've
Oh
been
my
to
gosh.
both Chinese buffet restaurants in my area. One I went to about a year ago, and they said, "No, we're not interested. Leave us alone." And they already had bulk vending machines in there, so I didn't really push it too hard because I was trying to get a claw machine in there. They were not
Yeah.
interested at all. They quickly sent me packing. It was a quick no, and I think I was speaking with the owner or the manager.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, but they quickly told me no, so that was out of the question. And then this last week, I got I got takeout because, like I said, I've been on this Chinese food kick lately. So I got takeout from there, and I was looking while I was waiting for my food to be done. I was like, "There's not a single place I could find to put a machine in here." So I didn't even bother talking to them because it was just not worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. Hey, look at
Man,
that!
I tell you, this would be good.
PA Pokemon Pulls joined us. Last minute guy, right? He says, "Whoa, surprise stream! We've been going for 2 hours, man. You're
Yeah.
late to the party." But
Yeah,
welcome,
appreciate
welcome
the like,
anyway.
though. Yeah, we like the
do
like.
appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. So I actually had a phone call with PA Pokemon Polls this week, so that was cool. We were talking about meeting up on my upcoming travels to get some of those bulk Pokemon cards. So we're gonna meet up and make a deal, and I'm gonna take him some of these fabricated Pokemon cards I got off the streets of New York City right here. So those are gonna go his way.
This isn't a Vaporeon, but it's close to it. I think. I think this is an evolution of an Eevee.
Not
know.
Vaporeon. No, that is that Glaceon?
Is it
I didn't see it.
Glaceon?
I didn't see it very well.
Oh, yeah, I think it's Glaceon, maybe.
I think it's Glaceon. But again,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
they said the Glaceon.
I am not a Pokemon expert, but he says, "Boom, like too late for his blood," and it looks like the chatters are confirming it is Glaceon. So I was right. Wow, how about that?
Yeah, that I knew the first generation. I know the original. Most of the 150 here. My dog is getting
Eevee.
tired of me.
Flareon, Jolteon.
Yeah, Jolteon was my favorite.
Yeah, cool.
Crazy dog.
There we go. Hero 3 says his Chinese restaurant is killing it. His Simpsons stickers and Dragon Tats are selling fast. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Very
I think
cool.
I think he posted a picture or a video or something in Discord about that not too long ago.
Yeah, for
If I'm not
sure.
mistaken. Or maybe just it was his collection. I forgot. I think I saw that before though.
There you go. We got another guest on the stream here. Extreme's pup.
Oh yeah, my dog. He's crazy. This dog kicks me out of bed all the time though.
Too funny.
I'll wake up in the middle of the night and he's underneath the blanket and he's laying his head on my pillow and he's stretching out his paws and kicking, trying to push me out of bed. He tries to take over my spot.
My new pup is being crate trained, so he sleeps in his cage every night. So we don't have to worry
Yeah,
about
I didn't know about that. It was my first dog and I thought, oh, so cute. Come on the bed.
that. Yeah.
Nope, can't do that. Apparently.
Too funny. Well, guys, we're at about that point where it's time to wrap things up. So I just want to say one more time, thank you so much for joining us on the live stream. We appreciate everyone's support. We appreciate you hanging with us. We appreciate your comments, your discussion topics, your questions. My apologies if we missed one of your comments. As you know, we get off on our tangents. Things go off the rails for a little bit. So I apologize if that happened and we missed your comment or we didn't get to acknowledge something you were talking about. Definitely come back next week. Definitely come back every week. Hang with us, talk with us, join with us, all that stuff. We appreciate everyone's support. But yeah, guys, so we're in that last minute. We got to wrap it up because it is going to auto cut us off if we don't. So I just want to say thank you for your support. Don't forget to like our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to myself, Galaxy Games 843 here on YouTube. Subscribe to Howard Hospitality Group. Subscribe to Xtreme Vending. And thank you all for your support. We're going to wrap it up right here, though, guys. So again, thanks so much. Don't forget to join us next week. We're going to do this every week as long as people keep joining. And as long as no one else has plans.
Tell your friends. Tell your
friends,
doubting
exactly.
friends that don't believe in it. Have
That's
them come
right.
on the Discord. We'll talk
That's right.
to them.
For sure. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We're going to wrap it up right here. So once again, guys, this is Matt with Galaxy Games 843. Thanks again for joining. We'll see you next time.
Xtreme Vending, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks so much, guys. Bye.